Welcome, Fast Play sports fans, to Northwestern High School as we're here tonight to cover the Taylor Titans on the road to play these Northwestern Tigers here. This is an MIC conference contest for us here. I'm Alan James along with Devin Schott. Our telecast presented by the Kokomo Perspective newspaper and by Xfinity Channel 81. And I'll tell you, we've got a lot to pack into our Howard County pregame show. We've interviewed just about everybody under the sun to get ready for this game here tonight.
Yeah, we've talked to everyone that's involved in this game. We had a nice interview with Taylor's head coach. Look forward to hearing a lot about that, but we've got a great MIC matchup tonight.
Yeah, and Taylor's getting better every single week, and this is not going to be any gimme for the Northwestern Tigers here tonight. So we're going to be ready to present all of this for you during our Howard County pregame show. We'll take a commercial break, and we'll be right back with the athletic director of Northwestern, Dan Armstrong, coming up here with our Fast Play Sports coverage of this game tonight between Taylor and Northwestern. We are Fast Play.
The Jeep Celebration event is going on now at Button.
Choose from a selection of over 500 brand new Dodges, Chryslers, Jeeps, and Rams. Let our experienced team help find the perfect vehicle for you. And every purchase is backed with amazing Button customer service. Get behind the wheel of the all-new 2015 Chrysler 200, designed and engineered to outperform the best vehicles in the industry. Button, on the corner of Clayton Boulevard, or on the web at buttondodge.com. Imported from Detroit.
Walter Cross Field.
They actually designed, built, and finished all the benches and screens and lattice work.
Hardest part of the project, the benches personally, which probably would have been the overhead welds I had to do when I was welding underneath the bench.
It kind of makes me happy. I mean, to see that it's out somewhere so people can see it.
Master Creations Jewelry is your best option for buying jewelry. Master Creations Jewelry sells for half the price of most jewelers. Locally owned, Master Creations makes custom jewelry made for you. Are you also in need of cash? Master Creations buys gold, silver, and your old jewelry. Get the best value from people you can trust. Work with a jeweler that makes jewelry affordable. Master Creation Jewelers on Markland Avenue and Cooper Street, Kokomo.
Take this opportunity to talk to Northwestern Athletic Director Dan Armstrong. And first of all, it's great to have Fast Play Sports covering this game here as you face Taylor, another county school here. Tell us about the school corporation for Northwestern here in 2014.
Well, everything's been going very well. I just was talking to Rob off camera how good the school year has been. We hope it keeps that way. Sports are going very well. Kids are positive. Academically, it's going well, so we're excited. We're always excited here at Northwestern. It's a good place.
Love to hear the numbers, though. I mean, Northwestern has been very attractive at getting families with their young children to basically start and go K through 12 here.
Yeah, you know, we've always academically, we have a slogan, we expect excellence, and we do expect excellence. We expect it in the hallways. We expect it in the classroom. We expect it on the sports fields. And I think the biggest thing people are looking for when they choose a school, we have school choice. They want to be safe. Number one, I think we provide that a little bit. And secondly, they want their child to have a great education and then have opportunity as well after that classroom. And we provide as much opportunity as we can from the IHSA standpoint.
We talked to Coach Hendricks last week in our pregame, and we were talking about your opportunity at Lucas Oil Stadium. Yeah. Tell us more about that, how it affects the school as a whole and the different programs that you were able to get exposed in such a big environment for Northwestern.
You know, when you get that opportunity, and when they call, we always jump at that opportunity. About every 4 years we get that opportunity, and we've been getting it. It's a great opportunity. It's a wonderful venue. The kids look at that and they go, wow. You know, you walk in there, there's a wow factor when you walk in. And I just think it helps your program. It helps your kids, their morale, and they say, hey, we're doing exciting things, and we want to play football. We want to play sports. If we can do that for all of our sports and whatever we can do to make our kids have a great opportunity to have a memory, I guess. We're trying to create memories, and that's what we did there at Lucas Oil. You create a memory. We may have lost the game, but we created a memory.
And it extended outside of the actual sports arena into the marching band, to the fan base, youth football, everything. It's such an exciting opportunity for you. Congratulations on getting that. And as you say, once every 4 years, but I got a feeling that could get more competitive as more schools want that opportunity.
Well, and thanks to the Colts for allowing that, because they had 3 straight weekends of IHSA football there. What a great opportunity for kids, and we have there was 8 schools there that day. That's every school's marching band, their cheerleading corps. We had our middle school football got to go down and play a scrimmage before the game. So how many kids got to touch that? Even if they don't ever play there again, they got to be there that day.
If you come to a game here at Northwestern, which is the home team tonight, something that's becoming iconic for your school is the turbine here. And that has been a great something received by not only the school corporation itself, but I'm sure all of those taxpayers in this part of Howard County.
Well, I think when they understand what it's done, we get to run that electricity through our school, and then what we don't use, we sell off. And this school corporation uses, on a good day, if it's a winter day with all the electricity, between 8,000 and 9,000 kilowatt hours, and we can produce in some cases upwards of 21,000 kilowatt hours in a day if the wind's really blowing. So this has been a great thing for Northwestern, and obviously people get to see that. It looks cool. It's a cool thing.
Look out, athletic directors everywhere in Indiana. This one is an engineer as well.
Just don't ask me to go up on it. I'm not climbing it. I don't like that. No.
I can imagine. Well, thanks for having us here for your game tonight. I know the season's getting better, and you guys have a really good shot at winning the MIC in its final football season here in 2014.
Which is a shame. It's been a great run. We are changing conferences to the Hoosier Conference next year. It would be great to win the conference. We obviously got to have a little bit of help because Lewis Cass got us, but we hope we got to take care of business on our own, and that's one game at a time, starting tonight with Taylor, and see what we can do.
Thanks, Dan.
Appreciate you coming.
Back we are live in front of this Northwestern Taylor football game here at Northwestern tonight. We're going to take a commercial break now. We'll be right back. We'll talk to Athletic Director Steve Deshawn from Taylor next here on our Howard County pregame on Fast Play Sports. We are Fast Play.
Master Creations Jewelry is your best option for buying jewelry. Master Creations Jewelry sells for half the price of most jewelers. Locally owned, Master Creations makes custom jewelry made for you. Are you also in need of cash? Master Creations buys gold, silver, and your old jewelry. Get the best value from people you can trust. Work with a jeweler that makes jewelry affordable. Master Creation Jewelers on Markland Avenue and Cooper Street, Kokomo.
KT Sports will give you the latest in local sports scores, news, and features right where you want them, in the Kokomo Tribune and at kokomotribune.com. KT Sports will bring you last night's touchdown passes, smashes and saves, and a preview of what you can expect at the latest tennis match and cross-country finish line. Your neighbor's kids, your son, your niece, your grandkids, KT Sports will bring their games right to your doorstep. Positively part of the game, KT Sports.
Welcome to Creative Financial Center. Our financial advisors look forward to serving you in the financial planning process.
Creative Financial Center is the name of a building dedicated to providing individuals, families, businesses, and organizations with quality financial products and or services for the achievement of their goals and objectives through a network of associates committed to serving clients in a Christ-like manner by assisting them in the development of stewardship in their lives, believing that it profits a man nothing to gain the whole world and lose his soul.
We look forward to seeing you.
We're here with Taylor Titans Athletic Director Steve Deshawn, and it's a pleasure to be here on the campus of Taylor School Corporation today and talk to you about where the Taylor Titans athletic program is since you have taken over as athletic director back in January. You've had a lot to deal with in a short time.
Yeah, I came in the middle of the weather event in which we had to reschedule every event that we had. And in that time, we've had our varsity basketball coach leave and our varsity football coach leave. So it's been quite a challenge.
And as it, we always translate this how it has impact on our student athletes. I mean, this is something that, you know, the kids are sensitive to. They are looking for leadership in these athletic, you know, sports positions.
Yeah, absolutely. And the kids, they grow close to those coaches. They spend so much time with them throughout the year. And, Coach Lumen, the kids loved him. He was a great guy, and he was a great mentor. So we knew when we replaced him that, we had to find that right fit. And we were so fortunate when Coach Mawby agreed to come. And he's got the pedigree and the record. And, he instantly came in, and the kids bought into what he was saying. And I think, it's going to be proof next year when we improve a lot.
As we jump ahead to basketball for just a moment, there has been an announcement on one of the teams that you guys will be playing, and Coach Mawby will have a challenge in that particular contest especially.
Yeah, we today just signed the contract to play Broad Ripple next year here at Taylor. So that will be an experience for the kids and our fans. It's going to be really exciting.
Well, then you get Coach Bensler, who steps up from the girls basketball program to help salvage this football season. And as we get ready for the game here tonight at Northwestern, you really got to be thankful for his ability to jump into this role.
Coach Bensler is Taylor Athletics. There is no one that is more devoted to this school than Coach B is. And, he came in 1 week before the season starts. So 1 week after two-a-days, 1 week before the season started, and it's been an uphill climb, but he has got the kids rallied around this cause. It's like a family atmosphere. He came in, there were 24 kids signed up to play. Within a week he had 41 kids. They're still here. I'm going to brag on him a little bit. He wouldn't tell anybody this, but the first week he was here, he went and bought tickets for everybody. He took the entire team to the movies to see that football movie that was out recently. He's planning to redo the inside of the field house, and this is all on his own and going out and getting his friends. I could not ask for a better person to lead this program than Dennis Bensler.
Well, that's an outstanding story in its own right. And that also supports a lot of the build-up and numbers of your students who are choosing to be athletes in this program as well, and there's good news there.
It's excellent news, and further good news for the Titan faithful. Almost all of our kids are juniors through freshmen, so they will be back next year, and I'm going to make a prediction right now that they're going to be pretty good next year.
I love that. That's a perfect way to end this segment with the athletic director of Taylor, Steve Deshawn. Congratulations. I've known you for a long time, and I know that Taylor's in good hands.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Back we are live with about 6 minutes to go before kickoff here at Northwestern, and you take the enthusiasm that we found in athletic director Steve Deshawn right there and translate it into that fresh head coach for football, Dennis Bensler. And Devin, you had a chance to interview him coming up, and it's quite a lot of enthusiasm for this football squad.
Yeah, Dennis is a guy that's been around the Taylor program for a while, and I was really amazed at how well that he leads this team and how well of a community leader he really is. So we'll take a little look at what he had to say right now. Hi, Devin Schott here with head coach for the Taylor Titans, Dennis Bensler, getting ready to face the Northwestern Tigers. Coach, this team has faced a ton of adversity this year. There were rumors that you were down below 20 kids, but we look out here, we have 50 plus, it seems like, today. Talk a little bit about how far this team's come today.
Well, I'm excited about our program. You're right, we've overcome a lot of obstacles already, numbers-wise. The first day I showed up was a Saturday morning with 18 kids, and coaches didn't really have a practice plan, kind of everybody looking at each other. But you know what? I'm so proud of everybody from the staff right down to the managers because, we're up to, I think, mid-40s now. We've got some kids injured tonight. But I'll tell you what, they're game. They're ready to go. We come every week. We've taken care of some things as far as kids getting to practice every day, being in school every day. We've solved some of those problems. But there's still a lot of things to overcome. But, I'm kind of the old man there. And so, we're going to take care of business. And I've already told them, I promised them that nobody's going to walk out on them again for a while. So we're going to try to build this program, and we're going to do it in the right way. Our kids are going to be respectful. They're going to be in school every day. We're going to practice hard, do the best we can, and just like tonight, we'll come out and play as hard as we can, and whatever happens, happens.
Okay. Now this team is on the cusp of its first victory last week, getting edged by Peru by only 7 points. What does this team have to do to overcome that adversity and get their first win tonight?
Well, you know, that was a tough blow to us. We had the ball first and goal on the 3 and fumbled the darn thing. And, you know, I wanted so bad for him to get that wing. And now, you know, we're into the meat of our schedule with Northwestern, Hamilton Heights, Cass, Mechanic-Wall. So this is going to be really tough for us. But, you know, our kids are focused. We've made the adjustments. You know, you see it time and time again. And I don't know how well we'll fare tonight, but we're going to come out and play as hard as we can. We're prepared. And, you know, the next hurdle for these kids is learn how to win. They've lost that. I think we've lost 29 straight, I think. So they got to learn how to win. And we've been there a couple times this year. We've played well in almost every.
And back we are live. I mean, you got to love the passion of Coach Dennis Bensler and what he's done for the Taylor Titans program. I mean, it's had to be quite exciting to talk to him right there. A little bit ready for kickoff coming up here, and we'll look at the standings in both the NCC and the MIC in our Howard County pregame here on Fast Play Sports coverage of Friday Night Football. We are Fast Play.
The Jeep Celebration event is going on now at Button.
Choose from a selection of over 500 brand new Dodges, Chrysler, Jeeps, and Rams. Let our experienced team help find the perfect vehicle for you. And every purchase is backed with amazing Button customer service. Get behind the wheel of the all-new 2015 Chrysler 200, designed and engineered to outperform the best vehicles in the industry. Button, on the corner of Clayton Boulevard, or on the web at buttondodge.com. Imported from Detroit.
Building comfortable.
Sold at Button.
Here we are for Fast Play Sports coverage of Friday Night Football here from Northwestern High School as they host the Taylor Titans. Our telecast presented by the Kokomo Perspective newspaper and by Xfinity Channel 81. Glad to have them all on board for all of this coverage here of the gridiron of Howard County football. Let's focus in on the Kokomo Wildcats. We watched them struggle against McCutcheon last week, and tonight the Wildcats are going to have interesting, we hope that it's interesting against Lafayette Jeff. Lafayette Jeff hasn't won a game yet this season so far, so hopefully the Cats will have a good showing as you look at the conference standings in the NCC West, as McCutcheon's on top with Harrison and Huntington North. There you see Kokomo, Richmond, Anderson, Muncie Central all with one win in the conference so far. As we look at the rest of the games tonight in the MCC, or in the NCC, Logansport's at McCutcheon, Muncie Central at Huntington North, Anderson's at Harrison, and Richmond is at Marion. And we're underway here from Northwestern. We'll talk more about the MIC here as Taylor kicks off to the Northwestern Tigers, and it was a short kick, and they're going to set the ball up for offense with this Northwestern Tigers team at the 40-yard line.
Well, you can look for Northwestern to have a steady run game today. They like to punch the ball on the ground, but watch out for Trey Richmond. He's up there in the conference standings in passing. Not a lot of passing yards per game, but I have seen tape of this kid throw the ball. He can get the ball downfield. And also watch out for Northwestern's defense today. They are always a defensively sound team, so be ready to watch Taylor have a little struggles on the offensive side of the ball today.
Pass on first down is dropped, and of course that was a forward pass, so it's called incomplete for the first pass of Trey Richmond here for Northwestern tonight. And it was a quick ball. It should have been caught, but a little bit of a hiccup on first down for the Tigers.
And I'd like to apologize now if we mess up any numbers. It is really tough to see. The sun is directly in our faces right now. So
it's one of the handicaps here at Northwestern. On a nice night for football like we have here tonight, we're looking directly into the sun across the field. It's actually easier for us to look at the monitor of our telecast to see things than it is to look out into the sun. But there's a nice running play on second down for Northwestern, and that looks like it's going to get about 5 yards on the play, as you got to love the opportunity for Northwestern to establish a ground game here. Noah Aaron on that carry.
Yeah, a little tough to tell on the charts here. Northwestern's got different numbers with white jerseys and different numbers with black jerseys, so that's an obstacle we'll be overcoming soon. Most of them seem to be the same.
Third down at about 5 for Northwestern here. This is the first series of this game, but now the referee is trying to communicate something to the sideline here.
Looks like he's saying that there is a whistle in the stands.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Be very disruptive. You got to be careful of that.
And that will be a penalty, I believe a 15-yarder against the home team if a whistle is caught in the stands. So I'm not sure the penalty, don't quote me on that, but I believe that it is a 15-yarder.
Right. All right, very important 3rd and 5 here for Northwestern. Trey Richmond gets things in motion, goes right up the middle, but that Taylor defense is right there to meet the ball carrier. Nice defensive stand by the Taylor Titans.
And Northwestern just going with the simple option read right there. Taylor plugging up the middle. Nice job of forcing a 3 and out.
Take a look at the replay here on this 3rd and 5, and 3-man front for Taylor does the job. And of course, there's Noah Aaron with the ball, and they're going to punt here on 4th down as Taylor, surprisingly, forces a 3 and out for the first possession for Northwestern here tonight.
It's a great thing to do. First possession of the game, take the crowd out of the game immediately.
Fair catch signal by Stone.
Fair catch for Taylor on the punt return.
Nicely.
And that ball is going to be in fairly decent field position for the Titans as they go on offense at the 29 near the 30-yard line, as they'll be playing to the north here as Titans are about to show us what they have on offense. If they have anything equal to their defense just now, this is going to be a heck of a ball game.
Well, they got a great receiver by the name of Darian Stone. He is among the leaders in the MIC in terms of receiving yards. Watch out for him today, but I think Taylor might have some struggles against this Northwestern defense. Again, a very defensively sound team.
Malin Vasquez is the quarterback for Taylor, and he's had a heck of a season getting this Taylor team rolling. Boy, look at that. Just nice grinding offense with Michael Humphreys, number 44, the senior fullback on 1st down. He grinds out almost 5 yards on that first offensive play for the Taylor Titans.
Yeah, right up the gut, 5-yard gain. You can't ask for much better. Nice job by Taylor. We'll see if they can continue this drive, take a lot of the clock out of the game, just continue to punch it through the middle.
Well, you got to give Taylor credit and Coach Bensler. Each week, Taylor has gotten better as this season has gone on. And well, then 2nd down, they're going to go right up the gut again, and a couple more yards here on 2nd down, and they're not in bad shape with 3rd down coming up.
I like the play call going right up the gut again, seeing if you can take advantage of this Northwestern defense up front. Right now you face a 3rd and short. This is a critical down. You want to maintain a long drive on your first drive. And for Taylor, I think putting points on the board early is a crucial factor for them actually getting their first win.
This is the first possession for Taylor. They held Northwestern to a 3 and out on the Tigers' first possession. No score in this game. We're in the first quarter of play. 9:18 to go here in the first. Important 3rd down conversion as Vasquez hands off. Goes to the number 1, and that is Dante Campbell, but I think he's going to be well short of the first down. Northwestern's defense holds, and that's a short 4th and short 1. And we'll see what Coach Bensler wants to do here as he sends out, looks like they're going to do an offensive play here, go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, tough decision here. You're really close to a first down. I think you either go with the QB sneak here or go something straight up the middle, nothing too fancy, but only a yard to go. I like the call.
They got a big fullback in Humphreys, and he's certainly big enough to get that yardage, and that's what they do. Up the middle, penalty flag on the play. Looks like they've had enough for the first down, but we'll have to wait and see what the penalty marker is. Side judge throws the flag, and probably in the neighborhood of offsides or something like that. We'll see if it's going to benefit the Tigers or the Titans here with the call. A lot of discussion. Looks like they're talking to the Northwestern defense. Captain steps out, and here comes the signal. Motion against Taylor. So that is going to back up the Taylor Titans, and now they got a tougher decision to make if they're going to go for this one.
Yeah, you got to punt the ball here, no questions about it.
That's exactly what Bensler calls, as Darian Stone is the punter for the Titans, and he lines up to kick it back to the Northwestern Tigers. And that's technically, well, really a 3 and out for the Titans on their first possession as well. Oh, tough one, short punt this time. Look at this thing come down at about the 50. Takes a Taylor bounce and gets to about, looks like it'll mark it at about the 42 perhaps. And that's where Northwestern will start for their second possession of the game.
You know, not too bad for a punt that only netted about 20 yards, good bounce.
Yeah, it was.
Not bad field position.
Last week in the MIC, McConaughey beat Eastern 21-14. Peru beat Taylor 14-7. So we say that Taylor's getting better. Northwestern did beat Western 31-13, and Cass beat Hamilton Heights 26-14. So this is an important game, especially for Northwestern with a 1-1 record in the conference, and they get backed up at least a yard on first down there. I mean, they need this game.
Yeah, the MIC is totally up for grabs right now. As you said, there is Peru and Cass actually played each other today, so I'm sure some Northwestern Tigers fans are cheering for a Peru victory, because I think on the 10th of next month, Peru will face Northwestern will face Peru. So, yeah, the MIC is just, it's up for grabs right now. Anybody can win it.
Here we go on second down. This is a pass play now. Trey Richmond, nice pass as it's collected by number 22, Ethan Doubles, and he's got a first down and more. Big play for the Northwestern Tigers here on second down. Look at
Trey Richmond doing a great job of rolling out to the weak side, able to turn his shoulders and deliver a strike right there. Nice first down. Great job, Trey Richmond, keeping his composure. Nice job, especially rolling to the weak side, throwing it off that back leg.
Great defensive saving tackle by Devin Schesser on that play for Taylor. Could have been a touchdown the way the room was. Well, that's a different ball carrier for Northwestern this time, as they send number 24, Blake Oakley, into the line. He gets a short gain for the Tigers. When you get to this point now, when you start to move the ball, it becomes easier for every play, because now you get the Taylor Titans on their heels on defense, and they don't know what's coming next.
Yeah, I expect Northwestern to open the playbook here. Maybe go back through the air. Looked like there was a lot of receivers open last time they went through the air.
Second and 10. I'll tell you, you got to love Noah Aaron, and he runs through a nice hole on the right side of that Tigers offensive line. And he gets about an 8-yard gain.
Yeah, credit the offensive line here. Watch the gap at the point of initiation, point of the snap. Look at that hole, and he just walks right through. Easy 5 yards.
Easy. So 3rd and 2 this time for the Tigers. They are moving the ball this time on the second possession of the ball game. First quarter here at Northwestern. Puts him in motion, and there's Aaron again. That's a awesome Taylor defensive stand, and it looks like everybody's identifying that Aaron fumbled the ball and Taylor recovered, and that turns it around quick.
Wow, that is a huge stop right there for Taylor. Northwestern threatening deep, almost in the red zone. Right there, Taylor able to take it away. Huge pickup. Now it's time for Taylor to put some points on the board.
Our first quarter sponsor of this ball game is KT Sports, the Kokomo Tribune Sports section, available 7 days a week here in Kokomo. So 1st and 10 for the Taylor Titans. They are showing some grit here tonight on Friday Night Football on Fast Play Sports, presented by the Kokomo Perspective newspaper and by Xfinity Channel 81. Lots of room on the left side for the biggest gain so far in this game for Taylor, as they hand off to Dante Campbell. He gets around the left side for almost 10 yards.
Yeah, this is jet sweep right there. You should have keyed on the motion right there, but Dante quick enough to get to that outside, able to pick up 9.5.
Just short of the first down, 2nd and short now for Taylor, as they look at the ball at the near the 35-yard line. Still in Taylor territory here. Our first quarter of play has just over 6 minutes to go here. No score on the CFD investment scoreboard.
Dante Cable on the far side of the field. Let's see if they run the same play, see the motion.
This time they go up the middle with the big guy, and that's enough for the first down. You got to like the grit again of Michael Humphreys. We use grit a lot here because obviously this is a battle in the trenches between these two teams tonight.
Yeah, he can pick up 3 yards when he needs to. And look at the size of that kid. I mean, that's a big kid. Probably the biggest kid on the field right now outside of the offensive line.
Yeah, 6 foot, 230-pound fullback. Probably the biggest fullback we've seen of any game we've covered so far this year.
Tell you what, he gives Kokomo's fullback a run for his money. I like to see those two wrestle it out.
Well, they got a big offensive line. It's amazing how Taylor can find those student athletes in that small of a school corporation, but they are doing it this year. Still battling in the MIC, and that time Northwestern's defense responds, led by linebacker Caleb Tackett on that stuff of the running play for Taylor. No gain on that play. Did get back to the original line of scrimmage. It looked like it was Campbell on the carry again for Taylor.
Dante Campbell not able to find a hole. The middle was plugged up pretty well right there by the Tigers. I'd like to see Campbell get more in open space a little more. I think he's probably the fastest kid on the field right now, and I really like the jet sweep that they ran earlier.
They're going to spread them out here on 2nd and 10. We'll take a look at quarterback, hands off this time. And Campbell runs the other way like you predicted, and that it's not going to be enough for a first down, but they're moving the ball here, and they'll have a chance here on 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, even with the short side of the field, short field to work with, Campbell's still able to get to the edge right there. Nice stiff arm.
Yeah. Well, he really put a hurt on Karen Hullum of Northwestern, came over to tackle him, and he still gained probably about 3 yards after contact.
Yeah, for a little guy, amazingly delivering us a nice stiff arm.
He can hurt you. And about 4 yards to get the first down here on this 3rd down play coming up for Taylor. Yeah, they got a lot of options, and I thought for a moment with that spread formation we just saw that they were going to let the quarterback let one fly here, but not yet. Vasquez has not thrown the ball yet.
Just about to expire. So
Taylor calls a timeout here on this important 3rd and 4. We'll take a quick commercial break. You're watching Friday Night Football here, our game of the week. Taylor at Northwestern. We are Fast Play.
Welding students from the Kokomo Area Career Center helped create a new look for Walter Cross Field.
They actually designed, built, and finished all the benches and screens and lattice work.
Hardest part of the project, the benches, personally, which probably would have been the overhead welds I had to do when I was welding underneath the bench.
It kind of makes me happy. I mean, to see that it's out somewhere so people can see it.
Fast Play Sports coverage of high school football here from Northwestern High School tonight, presented by the Kokomo Perspective newspaper and by Xfinity. Channel 81 is where you find us. Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. showcase of Fast Play Sports coverage of these games. So watch us on Comcast. This is a 3rd and 4, important play. Vasquez is back to pass, almost intercepted actually on that play as he was trying to get that ball out there to number 81, Darian Stone, but that thing kind of hung up there. On this replay, you'll see that it's close to an interception more than it is a reception, and it was really excellent coverage by number 22, and that was Ethan Doubles for Northwestern. That's 4th down coming up now for Northwestern, or for Taylor.
It's a nice job of keying on Taylor's best receiver. That's Darian Stone. Leads the team in receiving. Nice job, Northwestern, forcing a punt.
Stone is the punter. He's got a high snap to deal with. Lots of pressure, almost blocked, but a real good punt this time. It hits at the 30 and takes another Taylor bounce, and is all the way back to about the 18-yard line for Northwestern to set up quite a contrast from the first punt in the game.
Well, I'll tell you what, 2 botched snaps. Really impressed with Taylor's punter, able to keep his composure and still get those punts off. Lucky both of those weren't blocked.
No return. Northwestern takes over.
When Dennis Bensler took over as head coach of Taylor, and they had somewhat of a confused student body and these student athletes, there were only about there were less than 20 kids that stayed on at first to kind of feel out where the program was going to go, and they have nearly 50 kids on that Taylor program now. So if you're looking for a long snapper, it's a work in progress, obviously. Nice pass on first down, short yardage, of course, but at least they connect as Trey Richmond connects with, looks like number 33, and that would be Austin Miller, who caught the ball, but that was just for about a 1.5-yard gain on the play. Nice catch.
A nice job of going down and getting the ball. Kind of a duck there. And as you know, down by the knees, not by contact.
High school.
High school rules.
2nd, and they're looking like about an 8-yard gain here for a first down. 3:12 to go here in the first. This is Northwestern's 2nd possession in the ball game, and boy, the Taylor Titans are certainly scrappy on defense, but a flag comes out. It looked like something to deal with in the tackle. There might have been a face mask. The officiating crew is discussing.
I think
you'll take a look here at the end of the play. And
no, that's against the shoulder pad. So you'll see on the replay, that's just underneath the cup of the shoulder pad.
Well, I think the left hand got around on the face mask from the initial tackler on that play. So they're going to mark off the long one, folks. That's a 15-yard penalty against Taylor, and that gives Northwestern a first down at the 39-yard line. Still in Northwestern territory, however, but it's a big break for the Tigers because Taylor's defense is pretty stiff so far in this game.
You hate to see that, especially after stepping up on a second down and getting a stop right there. Maybe a yard gain you're only allowing. But
Richmond hands off to Aaron. He's got an open field. He gets the first down at least and is finally brought down by number 81, Darian Stone, on defense this time. He saves a touchdown as you see Aaron quickly past the linebackers and into that secondary, and boy, oh boy, just about 3 guys to beat, and he could have gone the distance for the Tigers. 1st and 10, we're right at the 50-yard line for the Northwestern Tigers. No score on our CFD investment scoreboard. Aaron comes left this time, no gain on that play as the pursuit of that Taylor defense is looking good.
That was a nice job by Cole Henderson to Taylor right there, getting the edge, setting it, and forcing that play back inside, not allowing the Northwestern runner to go anywhere.
We've seen this throughout the game thus far, is really just a scrappy line of scrimmage, and 2nd and 10 has been common on both sides of the ball, and this is a 2nd and 10 for Northwestern here at the 50. Runner in motion. Lots of room over the left side, and some running room right now as we've got Ethan Doubles on the run, and he gets deep into Taylor territory here on the field as he gets all the way to the 21-yard line. That'll be first down for Northwestern. Look at him go. Got the speed to accelerate, but he hesitated right there, and boom. And that's the big man, number 44, Michael Humphreys, on the tackle. That's the fullback on offense, and he showed some speed right there. 1st and 10. Pitch out to Aaron, but nice penetration in the backfield as Logan Williams and Taylor was there, made a nice form tackle.
I'll tell you what, Taylor's doing a great job today of not allowing anything outside. For the most part, most of Northwestern's success is from running in between the tackles. I don't see either diverting from that game plan at all. They're doing a tremendous job of running in between the tackles.
More than a minute left here in the first quarter. Our first quarter presented by KT Sports, the Kokomo Tribune. 2nd and long here as he's back to pass. Trey Richmond puts a ball out there. It looks like it's caught. They do say it is a catch, and I think we're looking at number 33, Austin Miller, on the reception. That's going to bring up about a 3rd and 6 now for Northwestern.
We'll see it here from the eye in the sky. It looks like he went down and caught it with his hands. It looks like it was a nice hand catch.
That ball might have been tipped, too, because it really got off its axis there as it was coming out to him. Got to give Miller credit for catching that duck. And here we go. A roll out left. Caught this time by Aaron. He's got enough for the first down and more as the Titans close quickly on the receiver. And we'll give that first down for Noah Aaron, and Northwestern moves the sticks. They've got a first down, and they're getting closer to the first score of the ball game.
Tell you what, call me crazy, but Trey Richmond throws a better ball rolling out to his left side than he does on his right or dropping straight back. Both times he has rolled out to the left, he has delivered darts. Great balls as well. Nice spirals on the ball, but anytime he dropped back and rolled to the right, he still had some ducks today.
Thank Button Dodge, sponsor of our replays here with Fast Play Sports. Thanks for watching us here today as this is our first look at a county school here in Howard County. Not much running room on first down for the Northwestern Tigers there. It's been hands off, and Taylor front line and the linebacker support has been excellent. It's 2nd down and goal coming up as the first quarter comes to an end. No score in the first, presented by the Kokomo Tribune, KT Sports, on our CFD investment scoreboard. Taylor 0, Northwestern 0. We'll be back with the second quarter coming up after these messages. We are Fast Play.
Master Creations Jewelry is your best option for buying jewelry. Master Creations Jewelry sells for half the price of most jewelers. Locally owned, Master Creations makes custom jewelry made for you. Are you also in need of cash? Master Creations buys gold, silver, and your old jewelry. Get the best value from people you can trust. Work with a jeweler that makes jewelry affordable. Master Creation Jewelers on Markland Avenue and Cooper Street, Kokomo.
Fast Play Sports coverage of this. No score here in the first, but as we are about to begin the second quarter of play, Northwestern is second in goal. We introduce our second quarter sponsor to you, Kokomo Center Schools. They're a great supporter of Fast Play Sports coverage of our Friday night games, presented by the Kokomo Perspective newspaper and by Xfinity, Channel 81. For continued sports coverage and the replays here through Fast Play Sports. I'm Alan James along with Devin Schott, and this game is really, I think it's built up to what we've kind of talked about in the pregame, the enthusiasm of the Taylor program coming up against a Northwestern team that actually has a shot at winning the MIC in its final year of existence.
Yeah, this is a Taylor team that's just, no other way to put it, they're just hungry for a win. They really are, and right now they're making Northwestern earn everything.
Misdirection got up the middle on Taylor, but they didn't fool anybody on that Taylor defense. As that ball didn't get too far here. Is third and goal. I think it's really hard to tell right now as we see the lines on the field. I'm trying to get a bead between our camera coverage and looking out on the field. Looks like they're inside the 10. Yeah, it looks like they're maybe at the 8-yard line from what I can tell in the glare of that sun. So this is a big third down play, third and goal and long for the Tigers, trying to get the first score of this ball game accomplished right now. Back to pass. Trey Richmond goes into the end zone, but overthrows the intended receiver. Austin Miller had to leap, but he wasn't tall enough to get that one. And that's going to bring up a fourth down for Northwestern. And what will Coach John Hendricks do here? I mean, he's had a difficult time moving the ball consistently against his Taylor defense. Going for it could be a mistake. Might have to try a field goal coming up.
Well, you don't see a lot of high schools kicking field goals, especially in Indiana. I don't think we've seen a field goal all season in the games we've covered. They're going to go for it here, and I don't blame them. You're only 8 yards away. You're putting them in terrible field position if you don't convert right here. I mean, I think you got to do it.
Richmond's gonna play action. He's got some time, rolls to the right, and nice touchdown pass right there. That's a play that Hendricks knew he'd get right there, and he threw the strike to Wesley Carter of the Tigers, and he gets the touchdown on fourth down. Look at this replay.
That's just a good job, nice play action by Trey Richmond, and rolling out to his right. I told you he threw the ball better rolling out to his left, but right there, rolling out to his right. Great pass by Trey Richmond, putting 6 points on the board.
Well, you know it's a play that they obviously are very comfortable with, and they haven't used it yet in the game, so it really surprised Taylor, probably thinking it was going to be a run, but on the board, it's a fake here on the extra point. Pass goes into the grass, and it's going to be no good unless there's a penalty. Looks like they just said the knee went down, which technically blew that play dead. So no conversion points for Northwestern after the touchdown. So on our CFT investment scoreboard, it's a 6-0 lead for the Northwestern Tigers, the home team here with the Taylor Titans, and they'll be kicking off coming up here. And I don't rule out the opportunity for Taylor to stay right with this Northwestern team.
Yeah, Taylor's really got to do something in the second quarter. They've done a pretty good job defensively, but I think now they need to make that statement offensively, come out, put some points on the board, and make this a better game. But I think we're going to have a good game. I think this game's going to be decided by the one score, and I'd hate to see it be that 1 point right there. That would be crazy.
One scoring play in the second quarter. Speaking of the second quarter, we first thank our second quarter sponsor of this ball game, Kokomo Center Schools. They support our Fast Play Sports coverage of Friday Night Football. Here tonight from Northwestern, presented by the Kokomo Perspective newspaper and Xfinity Channel 81. Check out Comcast for the replay of our Friday night games. Wednesday night, 9 p.m. And then again on Friday at noon, all on Channel 81 from Xfinity. Getting ready for the kickoff here as Blaine Brutus will do the kicking duties for the Tigers. This is his first time with the kicking team here in this game. Taylor did the first half kickoff, and so this will be the first experience. As my eyes are all messed up now looking into the sun there, I can't see a thing. So nice return from Campbell, it looks like, for Taylor. He gets it out there quite a ways. It is Dante Campbell who has a nice return for Taylor and sets the ball up for his offense at about the 33-yard line.
See, well, watch towards the later part of this replay. You'll see Dante Campbell have somebody that looks like probably 40 pounds heavier than him draped around his waist, and he carries him for a good 3-4 yards after.
Look at that return distance, though. I mean, he had 15, almost 20 yards of distance before the kicking team was there. Yeah, look at that.
Wrapped around him,
boom,
the feet
boom,
keep
boom.
churning, never stop the feet. Nice job by the little guy, Dante Campbell.
3 players to get him down. Vasquez hands off on first down, and that's to Campbell again. He's getting a lot of work here in the first half of this game. Gets about a 2-yard gain on that play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 8 for the Taylor Titans.
He is Parslow, got up off the bottom of that file after a 2-yard gain.
Running the plays in from the sidelines, Coach Dennis Bensler sends the call into his huddled offense. Malin Vasquez. He's a sophomore quarterback for the Taylor Titans. That's another thing we learned about Taylor in all our pregame is they are very young, not just in the football program, but across their athletic spectrum. A lot of sophomores and juniors are making varsity at Taylor and getting a chance to play and compete here in the IHSAA.
Tell you what, for a group of kids that probably didn't come out for the team immediately when the season started, you know, for what Coach Bensler's doing with this team, I mean, this is a phenomenal team when you take in effect what kind of adversity they've faced already early in the season.
It's outstanding. 3rd and a long 4 for Taylor here on this play. Vasquez will hand off to Campbell, but they were keying on him, and the Tigers tear him to the ground, and probably for maybe a 2-yard loss on 3rd down, and it'll be 4th and long coming up, and Coach Bensler sends the punt team out there for Taylor, so they're going to give up the ball after they had some promise here with decent field position on this possession in the 2nd quarter.
You saw Northwestern there just sending 3 linebackers in pressure right there. And I think Taylor's got to open up the playbook a little bit. They're relying too much on Dante Campbell to do things with his legs. A little too one-dimensional. Northwestern able to key on that kind of thing. And let's just hope that the Taylor Titans can stop him from getting a touchdown here.
Stone hits another decent punt for Taylor, and he does give a decent bounce every time that he gets it. Turn on the play by Austin Miller for Northwestern is going to give the Tigers excellent field position here for this next possession as they're setting the ball up between the 46 and the 47-yard line here, Northwestern territory, as we get to the ever so important complete sunset here. you see it as the camera pans a punt play or a pass play, how bright the sun is here as we are all looking to the west here in this part of the game. But we've probably got about another 10-15 minutes of this sun to deal with. First down for Northwestern, big hole up the middle for Aaron. Boy, he's got 10, 11, 12 yards on that carry. Well, they make it happen fast, don't they?
Yeah, it was a nice job of exploding out of the blocks by Northwestern's offensive line. Again, a huge hole. We'll see it here on the replay. A huge hole created immediately from the time of snap. Nice job, Northwestern, picking up a big chunk of yards.
Well, it's a 3-man front in a 3-4 defense for Taylor, and they've really got to hold their gaps on that defensive line. Otherwise, boom, you're going to find yourself with a Northwestern running back in your secondary, just like we saw in that last play. Taylor calls a timeout here as they're trying to kind of get a opportunity to reassemble their mindset here as Northwestern, with a 6-0 lead on our CFD investment scoreboard, is certainly showing the energy and poise to score a second time.
Yeah, I think you need to put some points on the board if you're really trying to increase your chances of winning this game, especially getting that 2-point conversion. That could be huge depending on how well Taylor's offense comes back out. Right now, that's the only area that I think Taylor needs to improve on is offensively. I think they got to open up the playbook, do a little more things, a little more, just a little more other than Dante Campbell up the middle. It seems like that's all they have. But right now, they have to step up and they have to stop this Northwestern team from putting more points on the board.
The other MIC games tonight, of course, Eastern's hosting Hamilton Heights, McConaughey hosting Western, Peru hosting Cass. And this is Northwestern hosting the Taylor Titans, and that is going to be probably a false start on Northwestern. Both players seem to take off simultaneously, but I think in this particular case, this penalty is going to go against the offense. But hey, we'll see how the ref saw it here in just a moment.
Update across the NCC: McCutcheon 4, 14, Logansport 7. Blake Elming, who we saw last week play against Kokomo, he's got 5 carries for 103 yards, 2 TDs. So continuing to lead the state.
Oh, already over 300 yards last week against Kokomo. It was I loved how they posted that in some of the publications. The touchdown runs of 62, 61, and I mean there was 5 big touchdown runs for that young man in that Kokomo game last week for McCutcheon. So it's 1st and 15 now for Northwestern. As boy, they sure like Aaron, who breaks out of the open. He's going to make it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Northwestern. Home crowd goes wild, and that's the second score of the ball game, and that's the second one for Northwestern.
And you just cannot allow something like this, a run up the middle to go for, 50 almost 50 yards. That's just unacceptable by Taylor's defense. They got to go back to what they were doing early in the game, and they got to stuff that middle.
Well, you can learn a lot from that play, as we saw in the replay, how the Northwestern blockers held their blocks, even though those defenders were there and they couldn't get the leverage to make the tackle because those offensive players held their blocks. That was really very textbook on Northwestern's behalf right there, and they should be congratulated for that big touchdown run because the blocking made it happen. Another 2-point conversion attempt now for Northwestern, and we'll see. Decide to run it. Boy, you got to love the way that turned out, as Trey Richmond had the option to pass or run, and Taylor didn't know what to do next, and big quarterback took it in for the score, the 2-point conversion himself, and that's awesome. Let's remember, Trey Richmond is a sophomore quarterback as well. This is his second year at the helm for this Northwestern program. Showed a lot of poise right there.
Yeah, he's continuing to learn each year. I think we saw him a little bit last year. He was taking some snaps for Logan when Macaluso got hurt, I believe. Yeah, it just looks good. I mean, he's a tall kid. He's got an athletic build, and he looks good rolling out both ways.
Yeah.
So I think Northwestern's got a great kid to lead their program for the next 3 years.
Coach John Hendricks, I'm sure, is pleased with what he's seeing so far, because you can't take a game like this for granted where you have a team like Taylor who has not won a game yet, but they are, again, showing a lot of grit in this ball game, and it's far from over. We are here in the second quarter of our game. Northwestern leads 14-0 with 8:28 left to go in the first half on our CFD investment scoreboard. And our second quarter sponsor of this Fast Play Sports coverage tonight is the Kokomo Center School Corporation. Glad to have them along with the Kokomo's Perspective and Xfinity by Comcast Channel 81. Big boot from Brutus here, goes all the way inside the 5 as Campbell comes out for Taylor, makes a cut. No one's got him down yet. Now he's got some running room here to the left side as he crosses the 15, and I'll get him down at about the 19. But that was a nice run back once again by Dante Campbell for Taylor.
Tell you what, he moves laterally great. You'll see some of these cuts that he makes if we go back to the replay here. One of the cuts was just absolutely devious. He reminds me a lot of Jerron Gray when he's returning the football.
Well, look, he comes all the way from the right side of the field all the way to the left side of the field in the
watch that cut there. Oh. There's nothing worse than being slower than a guy like that and trying to tackle him when his foot moves on you.
All right, now we'll see. Looks like a shotgun formation for Taylor this time as Vasquez is going to pass. He's looking, he's under pressure, and he's going to get sacked. Wow, I tell you what, he had the pressure. You had number 50, Caleb Tackett. He was right in there on Vasquez, and boy, oh boy, big loss on first down as they try to mix it up, like you said, and try and do something different, and it backfires, and the big sack moves them back almost 10 yards.
Yeah, they opened up the playbook a little bit. I think Northwestern kind of knew as soon as they saw the shotgun they're probably going to see a pass, but I don't expect Taylor to divert from that whatsoever. I expect them to maintain this air attack right now.
2nd and 19, Vasquez in the shotgun again. Got to try and get the pass off this time. That gets tipped, and that is almost intercepted. Incomplete the call, but I'll tell you, that was close. As that ball got batted down, Vasquez had a little bit of a disadvantage in his height. He's 5'10", and he was dealing with a pretty big lineman, and I'm trying to get his number for Northwestern. I mean, he's got kind of got his jersey rolled up a little bit. I'll see if I can get a beat on who this player is for Northwestern, but he definitely batted it down. See it from the left side of the Northwestern line. Boom, right there. That's a heck of a leap right there.
22? 22.
I guess because of the leap, it made him a lot taller. 3rd and 19 again. Oh, bobbled snap. That ball is loose, and Northwestern's going to get it. They are going to recover that fumble right on the 2-yard line, and that is now starting to bring up disaster for the Taylor Titans, as they've had such a good game up till recently with the scores, and that mistake is really going to cost them.
Yeah, and that's about the worst thing that could happen in that position. I was going to say for Taylor, the only thing to do that play is to make sure you pick up at least 5 to 10 yards and let your punter get some room. But right there, it's looking like Northwestern's probably going to punch this one in with the success they've had in the red zone today.
Trey Richmond brings the Tigers to the line. They've got the 1st and goal at the 2. Maybe it's the 3-yard line. And Richmond goes right up the middle, and he is in the end zone for the touchdown for Northwestern. And that is the 3rd score without an answer, as Northwestern is a 3-touchdown lead on Taylor here in our CFD Investment Scoreboard. This time, Taylor is going to line up for a field goal for the extra point. Try to make it 21. And the ball is up, and it is 21-0 on our CFD Investment Scoreboard. 7:15 left in this 2nd quarter and the first half of play here from Northwestern. You're watching Fast Play Sports coverage of this Northwestern Taylor game presented by the Kokomo Perspective newspaper and by Xfinity Channel 81. Make sure you watch our replay of this telecast Wednesday night, 9 p.m. on Xfinity Channel 81. Our 2nd quarter presented by the Kokomo Center School Corporation. Shout out to all the Kokomo fans that have enjoyed our coverage in the last couple of weeks here, as Cats are playing Lafayette Jeff tonight. A game that I would think, based on what we've seen so far in NCC games this year, Kokomo should have their way with the Jeff team tonight.
It seems like they were running kind of late, maybe like a 7:30 kickoff. I just saw pictures of the band presenting the colors before the game. Some other scores around the area right now. We got Hamilton Heights and Eastern deadlocked at 0. 10 minutes left in the 2nd quarter after a Comets missed 26-yard field goal.
What a nice kick by Brutus that time for Northwestern. That's going to be a touchback. But that ball, I think, hit inside the 1 before it carried into the end zone, and Campbell had no interest in returning that kick that time for Taylor. That'll put the Titans on the 20-yard line. 1st and 10, and we're dealing with 7:15 left to go here in the first half. Taylor has had some success in this first half, and they just have to regroup now and drive the 80 yards and get a score themselves here in the first half. We'll see what quarterback Vasquez has to say about this as he brings his team to the line. Nice size offensive line that he is behind there for Taylor. Campbell in motion. And that's going to be back to pass. Quick drop, and that was tipped and still caught. What a catch by Darian Stone. And that is going to be close. Yes, it will move the chains as he gets past the 30-yard line here. It'll be a 1st and 10 coming up for Taylor.
Some cheer about for the Taylor Titans. Let's see if they can maintain this intensity. And I tell you what, there's a sense of urgency right now to really put six or 7 points on the board. Taylor's got to score right here, and they got to take up a lot of clock because Northwestern hasn't had much trouble finding the end zone.
Vasquez under center this time, 1st and 10. He goes back to pass again. He's looking. He goes out. He throws over, and it's intercepted. Coming the other way is Karen Hullum for Northwestern, and they finally get around to tackling him at around the 15-yard line, and that's going to be another, well, you hate to say devastating because it's such a long word, but this is a Taylor team trying to flex some offense here, and they just have so much to learn about timing and sustaining the offensive blocks, etc. And boy, Vasquez is a young sophomore quarterback, not a lot of experience, but boy, he's going to come around. But he throws the pick, and that's now 1st and 10 to the 14 for Northwestern as Trey Richmond is going to roll right. He's going to throw the ball into the end zone wide open. Touchdown for Austin Miller as they connect quickly to add their 4th score here in the first half on our CFD investment scoreboard. Wow. Northwestern is flexing its muscles here in this MIC contest. Look at this.
Yeah, just a simple corner route right here. He's going to get about 13 yards deep and then find the corner of the end zone, and the safety just nowhere to be found right there.
Great connection and a field goal kick for the extra point coming up for Northwestern. Ball is set, and the kick is up, and it's good as well. So it's a nice and tidy 28-0 on our CFD investment scoreboard here in the second quarter of this Northwestern Taylor game. 6:37 to go on the clock. You're watching Fast Play Sports coverage of our high school game tonight, presented by the Kokomo Perspective newspaper and by Xfinity Channel 81. It's good to have you watching here the replay if you're doing so here on this Wednesday night. Figure all the college and NFL games are elsewhere. We're going to occupy Wednesday night football here on Channel 81. You like the sound of that, Devin?
I do like the sound of that. Hey, I tell you what, we're talking about how good of a kicker Blaine Brutus is. Now, I heard something before the game, and I just heard one of the announcers next to us talking about it. But there is a video on YouTube of Blaine Brutus playing soccer and nailing a goal from 52 yards out. Now, if you guys don't know how deep that is absolutely crazy. He just sneaks the ball in right below the crossbar. I'm going to show you right here, Alan.
I'm watching a YouTube video on a smartphone.
I mean, this is impressive.
Is this exhibition or is this actually a game?
This is an actual game, I believe. We're going to see if we can get that to our viewers, but I mean, this is impressive at any level of soccer.
We'll try and translate that into our telecast here tonight. Now, Brutus got his leg into that kick, and it was on its way to another touchback, but it actually went out of bounds inside the 5, so that put out the penalty flag. And so I think they're going to elect to re-kick. Is that what's going to happen? I'm looking at the transition. Nope. Defense is coming out for Northwestern, and that offense led by sophomore quarterback Malin Vasquez is now out here to again try and get something rolling. Decent field position after the penalty, as it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line as opposed to the 20.
Now it's really time to stop the bleeding. You know you're probably out of this game. You don't want to count them out before the first half's over, but now it's really time to get better and work on what you need to.
Look at that timing pattern right there to Campbell. He's got some room. Gets stiff. He uses the stiff arm, but he can't quite get away from the tackle by Tim Blankenberger for Northwestern. Another penalty flag comes out, but boy, nice timing right here. Out to Campbell. Vasquez throws a nice ball there. Look at the speed and separation, how quickly he gets away. And here comes Blankenberger.
Defense just playing too soft, too far off the ball. Dante Campbell able to receive the pass and just dusted the defenders down the field. Pick up a, what was that, 30 yards?
Waving off the flag. But let me tell you something, too. You know, for Coach Dennis Bensler, you know, he's had a couple of interceptions. He's had the fumble in the shotgun. He's put Northwestern in scoring position with a lot of these attempted pass plays. He doesn't give up on the pass. He wants his team to learn in game conditions how to overcome this adversity and make these plays work, and I give him a lot of credit for that.
Yeah, and you can't replicate this atmosphere any other place. I mean, in practice, you're not going to get the type of game speed that you're looking for. So, I mean, what better time to work on those aspects of your offense than right now?
They're down by 4 touchdowns here in the first half, but this Taylor Titans team is not giving up. Vasquez is going to hand off to Campbell, go around the right side. Nice tackle on the play by Northwestern's Blake Oakley. He shut down Campbell for a loss on that play, and it'll probably be scored as about a 2-yard loss. 2nd and 12 coming up for Taylor.
And that's just assignment football right there by Oakley, stepping across the line, maintaining his post, forcing the play back inside. Nowhere for Dante Campbell to go right there.
Got to mention the sunset is under the trees now to the west, and our visual capabilities are excellent now here in the game. We're very comfortable looking out onto the field. We can see everything. And on this 2nd and long, trips to the right for Taylor, and it's Vasquez back to pass. He's looking long this time, and he's throwing out there and overthrows Campbell on that particular pass. But at least it wasn't in any area where a Northwestern Tiger could intercept. So that's going to be 3rd and long coming up.
Oh, I like that idea right there. It's sending 2 receivers straight down the field. Making the corner choose which one he wanted to guard right there. Taylor had an open receiver, just overthrown a little bit.
Taking a little more time to, pardon me, send in the play from the Taylor bench.
That brings up a 3rd down.
And we're watching the play clock as it's down to 15 seconds. Big 3rd down play for Taylor. Vasquez breaks the huddle, brings the team to the line. They've got to hurry. 5 seconds on the play clock. He puts a man in motion. That's Campbell. Get the play off. He's going to run this time, and not a lot of running room against that Tiger defense, and that is barely back to the yard marker for the original line of scrimmage on this series, put it that way, and it's a 4th and nearly 10 yards to go. Look at this defense just tighten up right away.
And this is an offense that relies a lot on Dante Campbell's speed. I think if they want to succeed, get better in this offense, they're going to have to find another playmaker within this offense, such as, Stone, the wide receiver that leads this team. They just have to find that playmaker somewhere else.
Blankenberger closed in on Campbell that time for that play for Northwestern. Vasquez goes for it on 4th down. That ball gets batted down and actually hit the referee, but that's a dead ball. You got to give them credit for trying. They're not giving up on Vasquez and not giving up on the pass, and that's going to be a turnover on downs as Northwestern is going to get the ball back here with 4:51 left here in the first half. On our CFD Investment scoreboard, Northwestern leads Taylor 28-0. Our second quarter sponsors, Kokomo Center Schools. We thank all of our sponsors supporting Fast Play Sports coverage of high school football on Friday nights. We're at Northwestern as they are hosting the Taylor Titans. It's been a good ball game. Don't let the score fool you. It's been some down and distance situations that Northwestern has had that have been turnover gifts by Taylor that have given them a lot of the scoring. I think there's only been 1 drive for a score in the game so far. And Taylor was tight on defense on 1st down against Northwestern. It's going to be a 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a nice job by number 34, Zach Pittman, coming up and making the stop. Nice job by the linebacker.
3 wideouts, really, in a way. 2 wideouts, 1 tight. As Trey goes back to pass. Oh, nicely cut in stride. That's going to go all the way for a touchdown. Boy, that was textbook. Boy, Blake Oakley caught in stride, and he had the basically the defender fell down. He could have walked to the end zone.
Well, I'll tell you what, the defender was playing not too bad a defense. You'll see him right here playing pretty good defense, but Richmond delivering the pass on the inside shoulder, and you'll see him cut inside on the inside shoulder. You're not used to seeing that when someone's running down the sideline, but either way you mark it up, it's a touchdown. Nice job by Northwestern.
Yeah, junior Stone Deckard in coverage for Taylor, and boy, he just made him look good on that play for sure. And that's the 5th score here in the first half for Northwestern. And again, they keep making this. They're the opportunities of big plays, and some gifts by Taylor have given Northwestern a 35-0 lead here on our CFD investment scoreboard as Bruce kicks that extra point for one. There's 35-0. It just doesn't seem like a 35-0 game.
No, it really doesn't, and it's come of Northwestern's ability to score the ball quickly. I think we haven't really seen much of their offense, but again, we have. They haven't been on the field too long. They just score quickly when they do.
Still have 4 minutes and 11 seconds to go here in the first half. 4:09 there on the clock, and our second quarter sponsor, we'll recognize them once again, Kokomo Center Schools. Fast Play Sports coverage of this game tonight is also presented by the Kokomo Perspective newspaper and by Xfinity Channel 81. Those of you watching live tonight on live stream, you'll get a chance to see this telecast again on Comcast 81 on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. And, of course, archived always at FastPlaySports.com, where we have basically every telecast that we've produced since this time last year when we were doing some football games, and then we took on the basketball coverage for the Perspective. All those games are still available to watch on our archive. Just visit FastPlaySports.com for our schedule and our archive of high school athletics here in Indiana. Brutus with yet another deep kick, and that's going to be a touchback once again, as this time stays in bounds, and Taylor will set up at the 20-yard line.
Well, it can't get much worse, so that's a positive point for this Taylor Titan team. I like what they did last drive. I think you just continue to go out and just find your own kind of rhythm on offense. I mean, what else can you really do?
Well, and again, as they continue to apply themselves against this defense as the night rolls on, and they start to find some successes, and then they build on those. So here comes Vasquez under center, first down for Taylor. Still in the first half, even though the score is 35-0. I think the ball is on the ground again. This may be yet another fumble recovery. Northwestern gets the ball back inside the 20-yard line, and this is, oh gosh, what, the 3rd or 4th time in the ball game so far that Taylor has lost the ball and spotted Northwestern in the red zone.
Yeah, and you just want to tell Taylor to stop the bleeding, and just when you think the bleeding can't occur anymore, it just continues. Taylor just having a lot of trouble offensively.
A lot of bodies in the way to really see what happened, but it may have been as simple as the center quarterback exchange on that play that started that fumble process, and it just seemed like Vasquez was lost after he called the ball, and it was just look out after that point. Here we are. They'll roll out again. Pass is complete, but it's not going to get into the end zone. It's inside the 5, and they're going to spot that at the 3-yard line for Northwestern, as Trey Richmond, who is looking like a pro quarterback as a sophomore here, get him roll right. All that confidence, lots of great blocking from his offensive line, and he puts the ball right on the numbers to Kieran Hullum, and he gets inside the 5. And that'll be 1st and goal from the 3 for Northwestern.
You know, Richmond does a great job of maintaining a ready-to-throw position.
Trey Richmond's going to quarterback sneak for his 2nd rushing touchdown in the game. And that's the 6th touchdown in the first half alone. And you hear the makings of blowouts and big scores in, boy, all levels. I mean, we even saw that Thursday night in the pros, as Atlanta was beaten up on Tampa Bay So it doesn't matter what level of football you play, these big blowouts can happen, and this is certainly a blowout, but it is a learning curve at the same time. Brutus gets another extra point, and now it's 42-0 on our CFD Investment scoreboard. Northwestern ahead of Taylor, and we still have 3:39 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, if you're Taylor here, the only thing you can do is just pray to pick up a couple first downs and just let this clock run out, because allowing Northwestern to put almost 50 points on the board before half, I mean, that's a letdown for sure. But I'd like to see Taylor have a little success on offense, maybe push the ball at least 50 yards downfield.
You know what? Anytime they have a drive and score in this game, it's going to be like that. And I hope Coach Hendricks, you got to look at this game and say, you know what, forget about the score now. You're in high school. You're here to learn. And this is a learning concept as well when you're down like this. But you're a football team that has a lot to learn. And when we speak of Taylor, and they've got to keep working together. I can imagine Coach Dennis Bensler's halftime speech coming up where he tells these guys, don't worry about the score. Let's go back out there and do it. We'll get there. Just keep doing the fundamentals of football. Know your job. Do you remember hearing that in your life? Know your job and go out and do it, and we'll find the success. It'll come with that experience.
Well, for the most part, Taylor's still hustling on and off the field. You cannot have anything bad to say about their hustle.
Return opportunity this time for Taylor, as we're going to see Stone coming around, and he will make decent return yardage for Taylor, as they'll set the ball up at around the 30-yard line right now. And there's still time for Taylor to drive the ball and perhaps score with 3:29 left to go here in the first half. There's Stone returning that kick from Brutus, and he crosses the 30 to about the 32, and that's where Taylor sets up 1st and 10 with time to perhaps get on the scoreboard here before the end of the first half. But you got to love how they break from the huddle. They are not a team that is daunted by a 42-0 deficit. Oh, what a hit. Oh, you got to give Northwestern's defense that time. My goodness, it was Ethan Doubles who got into the backfield and put Campbell right on his back after he took the ball from Vasquez.
That was a nice hit, lowered his shoulder. It was a proper hit with his shoulder. Nice job by Mr. Doubles, who had I think he had an interception, might have been the one that was returned for a touchdown. I know Northwestern had 2 picks last week, Doubles and Hudson both.
Here we go with the second down play. We'll pitch it out to Campbell. He stumbles around in the backfield, and oh man, the penetration is something. Another backfield tackle, that time by number 60, Derek Dubé. And let's see, did they call him Dubet or is it Dubé? I'm not sure. Dubet, I think is what it is. But great penetration there on second down, as it's going to make it 3rd and 14 now. They're calling it 3rd and 13 for Taylor, and they're just not able to get their groove back on. I formation, 2 wideouts, handoff up the middle. Campbell is caught and just past the line of scrimmage, and not too much running room for Taylor on that play. And it's going to bring up the 4th down and a punting situation for the Taylor Titans.
Now's a good time to utilize that directional punting. I don't think you give Northwestern a shot to return this. I'd say try to kick it down the left side of the field as far as possible, and hopefully they get one of those Taylor Titan rolls that we've been seeing a lot of today.
Stone punts away. Good snap that time, and that punt goes high up into the air and is only going to get to about the 40. Takes a bounce and is down by the Taylor punt team with still excellent field position for the Tigers with a minute 24 left to go in the first half. They'll get the ball at the 41-yard line of Taylor territory. And with the way Trey Richmond has been playing at quarterback here for Northwestern, he has been on target to his receiving core, and we could roll out and throw yet another touchdown pass here in the first half, and wouldn't that be something? 49 points in the first half. That's a hypothetical, of course, but we'll see what Northwestern's coach John Hendricks has in store for Taylor here. Either he's going to pour it on or he's going to get to the locker room here to end the first half. So, yeah, shotgun is a vision right there, but he hands off to Aaron, goes to the left side, and that Taylor defense is still there. They've been tough with the run for most of this ball game.
Yeah, they're not letting up at all. I mean, you look at the sideline, you look at the kids on the field right now, you don't see anybody hanging their heads. They're still hustling to their positions. They're still ready to play football. That just means they must have great leadership.
And as you fans remember, the start of the game, Northwestern began on offense, and Taylor began that first defensive stand with a 3-and-out against Northwestern. So they've played him tough. This score is very deceiving. There's been some good football here tonight. Oh, fumble this time for Northwestern as they are going to see a fantastic loss on the play. As didn't take long for number 36 for Taylor. That's Cole Henderson to see the loose ball and to, even though he didn't recover that fumble, caused a great loss for Northwestern on the play. Look at that tackle. He was not going to be denied that tackle. Nice play for Taylor. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and huge. 20 yards. But the clock is going to wind down here, and Northwestern says, you know what? Let's take it to the locker room. 5 seconds to go. 2, 1, boom. It's halftime. And there's your score, which is, I think, deceiving for how this first half of this ball game has gone. On our CFD investment scoreboard, Northwestern leads 42-0 at half. And we'll see what kind of a ball game Taylor comes back with. I don't think they'll lose any enthusiasm for this ball game, as Coach Bensler will have a heck of a halftime speech for his boys, and they'll be back here ready for the second half. We get ready for halftime. Our UAW Local 1166 halftime show has a great interview coming up in it from Quinlan Armstrong. He's the son of Northwestern Athletic Director Dan Robinson. Dan Robinson now. Dan Armstrong. I had to say that for him just to mix them up just a little bit. But this young man has a really unique opportunity to represent student athletes on a student advisory board for the IHSAA. We'll hear what he's working on during our halftime show, all coming up, so stay here with us. Fast Play Sports coverage of high school football tonight, presented by the Kokomo Perspective newspaper and by Xfinity Channel 81. We'll be back. We are Fast Play. We caught up with Quinlan Armstrong here at Northwestern to talk to him about a very special opportunity that he has, as he is a Howard County, really a regional delegate, part of a student advisory committee that actually meets on behalf of the IHSAA. What a nice honor that is for you. We'll call him Q.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just such a privilege to be a part of something this special.
And really, the only student in Howard County that has this privilege, and you're really making it something special for Northwestern, aren't you?
Definitely. I mean, we've established our own student-athlete leadership team, which is basically a smaller version of the SAC.
And taking the things that you're learning at the state level and really making Northwestern that much better of a place for student-athletes.
Definitely. I mean, what we're trying to do is, I mean, like I said earlier, we're a smaller version of the SAC, and we're trying to take the things that they're doing and distribute it towards Northwestern students.
So what is the most controversial thing, and I'm putting you on the spot here, that you've had to really discuss on behalf of students to this humongous governing body, the IHSAA?
Well, unfortunately, we haven't actually met. I mean, we had a retreat earlier in the summer, and we haven't actually met to discuss a bunch of issues.
But there are some.
Oh, definitely, probably. I mean,
not trying to cause any trouble here at all. Just interested to see what level you guys are actually going to take on some projects and do things better for, on behalf of students.
Yeah. One thing that we're doing, the IHSA is partnered with Special Olympics of Indiana to make the partnership Champions Together. And one thing that we try to do is the SAC has challenged each member to go out into their own community and make a difference hold events to help raise money and get Special Olympics athletes involved in their schools.
What year are you here at Northwestern?
I am a junior.
How about that? Will you get to serve for 2 years then on this advisory board?
Yes.
Awesome. Quinlan Armstrong, Northwestern High School, has got a big responsibility on behalf of all student athletes. Good luck with you.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Men and women of UAW 1166 are committed to a great product and a great community. UAW 1166 represents the workers at the Kokomo casting plant. Proud to have helped Chrysler resume its role as a leader in the automotive industry. UAW 1166 encourages you to buy what we build locally. Buy Chrysler products. Strength and solidarity, more important than ever.
Welcome to Creative Financial Center. Our financial advisors look forward to serving you in the financial planning process.
Creative Financial Center is the name of a building dedicated to providing individuals, families, businesses, and organizations with quality financial products and or services for the achievement of their goals and objectives through a network of associates committed to serving clients in a Christ-like manner by assisting them in the development of stewardship in their lives, believing that it profits a man nothing to gain the whole world and lose his soul.
We look forward to seeing you.
Back we are. This is our UAW Local 1166 halftime show, and we jumped right into that interview with Quinlan Armstrong to start out halftime here after we got done with that first half of play. 42-0 Northwestern leads Taylor here at halftime. You see the highly competitive Northwestern Tiger marching band performing here at halftime, and I know just to kind of set the stage, look at that beautiful backdrop with the colors. You know, this is where high-definition video coverage is really sweet as you look at this. And if you're watching, you know, the best place probably to capture this after the live shot here is on our website when you look at the high-def replay that's on our archive. But look at that shot. I just love that shot. But back to the Northwestern Marching Band. They have been working on their work for district competition, their routine this year. And I know I had the opportunity to participate in this with some voiceover work that I do during the show. So I was looking forward to seeing this performance tonight, see how it all works out. But
you're saying your voice is in the halftime show?
My voice is part of this program that the marching band is doing for competition this year. So they used, they sent me some scripts, and I was able to.
Let's get a preview. I mean, let's hear what.
I don't remember the scripts. I did them, and then I sent them back to them, and everything was fine.
You got the golden pipes, though, Alan.
Well, thank you. We also want to thank a great sponsor that we get to enjoy and feeds us here at our telecast, the whole FastPlaySports crew, and that's Bella Pizzeria, located in the Markland Mall.
Yeah, true New York style eatery. I mean, if you want to have some pizza that's, you know, not your typical food chain, not your typical restaurant, you know, something out of the ordinary, go to Markland Mall, grab some Bella's Pizza. It's authentic pizza. I mean, you're getting the real cheese, the real dough. You're getting the whole deal. So I suggest all of our viewers go to the Markland Mall, Bella's Pizza, true New York style eatery. I mean, we eat it every time.
Yeah, we eat it every Friday at least, and also when we're in the mall. But it's that kind of pizza you have to fold in half and then you start eating it. Oh, yeah. It's good stuff. So this is going to be probably an extended halftime here at Northwestern because they're recognizing. Are they calling this homecoming here for Northwestern? I didn't pick up on that with any of the other festivities. They're recognizing the king and queen right now here at halftime of homecoming. And then the marching band is getting ready to perform. And all part of our UAW 1166 halftime show. Talk about the game. We know the halftime score is 42-0, and we keep saying that the score is somewhat deceiving. Why? Because there have been what we called gritty performances by both of these lines for both Northwestern and Taylor. Taylor has stuffed Northwestern for 3 and out. Northwestern has stuffed Taylor for 3 and out. And the difference is the big play opportunity from a more mature Northwestern team under Coach John Hendricks than what Coach Dennis Bensler for Taylor has had a chance to get ready in a short period of time. The numbers are there, the enthusiasm is there. It's just the technique that you gain from practicing together and becoming a real unit, as they say in football. Taylor just hasn't become a unit yet, but they're quickly getting there. And they showed it, last week in a one-touchdown loss, as they could not win that game. But here tonight, they were facing off against Northwestern with a chance.
And they look like a well-oiled machine, mid-level or a mid-season team on defense.
Yeah.
Now their troubles extend to the offensive side of the ball, and I think you can credit their offense more than their defense to this score. So I said, the score looks lopsided. Don't discredit Taylor's defense because of the score, because there has been 2 fumbles inside the red zone, or inside the other red zone.
There's been probably 3 turnovers in the red zone.
Yeah, so
to put it back in Northwestern's hands in their own red zone. So.
And to put that in perspective, I mean, your offense, it's tough to run this style of offense. It's going to take more than just the small amount of time that Taylor's had to get together and kind of mesh this offense together. So I mean, they're still a couple weeks from really understanding what they're trying to achieve offensively and understanding each other and what they have to do on the offensive side of the ball. But as a whole, when you consider the type of things that this Taylor team has to deal with, I mean, I think you can do nothing but praise this team and praise Coach Bensler for how far they have come already.
Yeah, and, in our pregame, we were able to talk to the athletic director, Steve Deshawn, who started his post as an athletic director back in January. He loses a varsity basketball coach and a varsity football coach in his first 6 months on the job, and or maybe 7 months on the job, depending on when you want to pinpoint all that. But it's a school corporation that has had to overcome a lot of change in leadership in a short period of time, and I think having nearly 50 high school varsity players ready to take the field for Taylor as the season got started was really a tribute, as we heard, to Dennis Bensler, and a lot of credit can be given to him. We're a tight-knit community in Howard County. Yeah, we have rivalries between our schools just because that's the natural course of athletics. But in all, we're all in the same community, and you see individuals step up and show leadership quality, especially for kids, and that needs to be really lifted up and presented in the light that is so good for the community.
Yeah, and that's the only feel I could get around Dennis Bensler when I was talking to him before the game. I mean, he is such a community guy. Every word that came out of his mouth was to benefit his kids. He just wanted to talk about, yes, this is for the kids. And you hear that a lot, this guy's for the kids, this guy's for the kids. But until I met this coach today, I truly haven't believed anybody besides this guy. He truly is out here for the kids and for the kids only.
This is our Fast Play Sports coverage of the Northwestern Taylor game from Northwestern. It's halftime. It's our UAW Local 1166 halftime show. We'll take a commercial break, and we'll be back with more of the pageantry as the Northwestern High School Band is on the field here at halftime. Stay with us. We are Fast Play.
KT Sports will give you the latest in local sports scores, news, and features right where you want them, in the Kokomo Tribune and at kokomotribune.com. KT Sports will bring you last night's touchdown passes, smashes and saves, and a preview of what you can expect at the latest tennis match and cross-country finish line. Your neighbor's kids, your son, your niece, your grandkids, KT Sports will bring their games right to your doorstep. Positively part of the game, KT Sports.
Welcome to a world where new is not as new. The parallel universe.
Sweetie, didn't we watch this movie last week?
Not much choice with AT&T Uverse, Dave.
Sir, Xfinity On Demand has way more movie choices.
Nothing wrong with a little repetition, Dave.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a little repetition, Dave.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a little repetition, Dave.
Don't get trapped in the Uverse. Get 3 times more movies with Xfinity On Demand from Comcast.
Hi, this is Raleigh Fingers, and you're watching Fast Play Sports Network.
Welcome back, Fast Play Sports. I am Devin Schott. Alan James has stepped out of the building for just a second. I'd like to thank Mr. Fingers for bringing us back to break. That's MLB legend Raleigh Fingers. We are here at Northwestern High School at halftime. You see the score right there, Northwestern leading 42-0. And this game has been pretty much lopsided since the beginning of the game. We have an extended halftime here. Northwestern's homecoming, Blaine Brutus, Blake's brother was awarded the homecoming king. That is the kicker for Northwestern. We'll see if we can get you that video of him kicking the 52-yard goal in soccer. I will have to contact my producer, see if we can get that up on the board. But we will contact him and see what we can get for you guys when we come back from break. We should be back here shortly. We are Fast Play.
You were right. I can watch my DVR shows anywhere.
Take your DVR shows anywhere. The X1 Entertainment Operating System, only from Xfinity.
The Jeep Celebration event is going on now at Button.
Choose from a selection of over 500 brand new Dodges, Chryslers, Jeeps, and Rams. Let our experienced team help find the perfect vehicle for you. And every purchase is backed with amazing Button customer service. Get behind the wheel of the all-new 2015 Chrysler 200, designed and engineered to outperform the best vehicles in the industry. Button, on the corner of Clayton Boulevard, or on the web at buttondodge.com. Imported from Detroit. Sold at Button.
Master Creations Jewelry is your best option for buying jewelry. Master Creations Jewelry sells for half the price of most jewelers. Locally owned, Master Creations makes custom jewelry made for you. Are you also in need of cash? Master Creations buys gold, silver, and your old jewelry. Get the best value from people you can trust. Work with a jeweler that makes jewelry affordable. Master Creation Jewelers on Markland Avenue and Cooper Street, Kokomo.
Welding students from the Kokomo Area Career Center helped create a new look for Walter Cross Field.
They actually designed, built, and finished all the benches and screens and lattice work.
Hardest part of the project, the benches personally, which probably would have been the overhead welds I had to do when I was welding underneath the bench.
It kind of makes me happy. I mean, to see that it's out somewhere so people can see it.
Men and women of UAW 1166 are committed to a great product and a great community. UAW 1166 represents the workers at the Kokomo casting plant. Proud to have helped Chrysler resume its role as a leader in the automotive industry. UAW 1166 encourages you to buy what we build locally. Buy Chrysler products. Strength and solidarity, more important than ever.
KT Sports will give you the latest in local sports scores, news, and features right where you want them, in the Kokomo Tribune and at kokomotribune.com. KT Sports will bring you last night's touchdown passes, smashes and saves, and a preview of what you can expect at the latest tennis match and cross-country finish line. Your neighbor's kids, your son, your niece, your grandkids, KT Sports will bring their games right to your doorstep. Positively part of the game, KT Sports.
And back we are. We're still halftime here at the Northwestern homecoming. Their festivities going a little longer here for homecoming here at halftime. The marching band is leaving the field at this time, and of course this is the very first time that the Northwestern Tigers marching band has performed their contest routine in front of their crowd here this year. They just finished putting it together and doing a dry run last night this week, so this is their first time in full dress uniform and performing on a football field under the lights, etc., and they'll start getting ready for contests here, as they'll be going to invitationals here in September and early October, and then they get ready for a chance to compete against some of the best. Of course, Howard County has been spoiled by excellent marching band performances by Taylor as well. Taylor's had a very incredible music program for marching band over the years. Of course, you can't take anything away from the Western Panthers with several state titles here for the work that they do. Eastern has been very formidable in marching band contests over the years, and it's just great. I mean, go down into Tipton County a little bit, Tri-Central, very good as well. I mean, we're blessed with great schools who develop our students to be athletes, musicians, scholars in their own right, advancing on to the opportunity to go to college, and you can't say enough about that. You know, Kokomo Center Schools, our largest school in the county, moving on to great collegiate style teaching, you know, with their incredible yeah, right. Yeah. You're looking at all the classwork now, getting into the arts as they do. It's a wonderful, wonderful community to raise a family with all the opportunities for our students. And that's what we're seeing here tonight. Now, again, we've been talking about this lopsided score here, 42-0 on our CFD investment scoreboard, but the growth of the Taylor football program, although down by 42 points, is happening. There's growth happening even in a situation like this, and I think it's going to be exciting to watch. And it's going to be exciting to watch all the way to the end, because it's not a blowout like last night on Thursday Night Football for the National Football League. You expect professionals to be better than what we saw last night. However, here at high school, it's going to take only one successful drive for the Taylor Titan offense to say we did something successful here tonight. And that's what they're looking for. They're looking for one or more opportunities to say, hey, we did it. And that's what we're going to watch for here in the second half coming up.
Yeah, there's no doubt coming into this game that people didn't see them as a heavy underdog. They didn't see Northwestern as the obvious favorite. But from what I've seen from them, from their circumstances considered, you have to give credit to this Taylor team. I mean, there's nothing bad you can say about a team. If you go out and you get your butts handed to you and you're moping around on the field and you're making, you know, each quarter just last longer than it should, that's one thing. But when you look up and you see these kids hustling onto the field, breaking the huddle at 100%, running to the line, and continuing to try, I mean, there's nothing better than that.
Both teams warming up here as we get ready to start the second half here in just a moment. Let's talk about the quarterbacks here before we get ready to kick off. Northwestern's Trey Richmond had an incredible first half. He was showing great poise as he would roll to his left, roll to his right, try some pocket passing. His strength is definitely rolling out and throwing in a motion that you know, either is going to be, you know, from his right or to his left, and it's different each direction. I think a lot of people that have ever played quarterback or tried to roll and throw, I mean, it's a coordination that you can't take for granted. But let's look at his dimensions. Yes, he's a sophomore, but he stands 6'3". That's taller than Drew Brees.
Well, you look at his weight, too. He's at 210 pounds, and you have to consider this kid's only in high school. He is only a sophomore. When you think of his dimensions and you think, man, college-sized quarterback, if he reached a Division I school at that height with, you know, by the time he's a senior, he's probably going to add 20 pounds to his frame. Yep. Plus, you know, you add some muscle to his frame. I mean, that kid's going to have a legit Division I size body.
Taylor's Malin Vasquez, another sophomore varsity quarterback in front of us, at 5'10", okay? So here's a guy who, and he's only 160 pounds. He can be manhandled, and he's been manhandled in this game a few times by the Tigers' defense. So much different between the two quarterbacks, and that also helps to lend itself to this 42-0. One more commercial break, and then we're back here for the second half of Fast Play Sports coverage of high school football. Northwestern hosting Taylor. The second half is coming up. We are Fast Play.
Welcome to Creative Financial Center. Our financial advisors look forward to serving you in the financial planning process.
Creative Financial Center is the name of a building dedicated to providing individuals, families, businesses, and organizations with quality financial products and or services for the achievement of their goals and objectives through a network of associates committed to serving clients in a Christ-like manner by assisting them in the development of stewardship in their lives, believing that it profits a man nothing to gain the whole world and lose his soul.
We look forward to seeing you.
Welcome back to Fast Play Sports coverage of high school football. We're at Northwestern here outside Kokomo, Indiana. Northwestern with a 42-0 lead on the Taylor Titans as we begin the third quarter. And Northwestern kicking off to the Titans to begin the second half. We're presented by the Kokomo Perspective newspaper and by Xfinity Channel 81. Watch the replays of our games Wednesday nights at 9. Stone comes out for Taylor, and swarming kick team for the Tigers is going to get him down at about the 16-yard line. Brutus didn't really put all the leg that he's had all night into that kickoff here to start the second half, so return opportunity for the Taylor Titans.
Yeah, a little extra height on that kick from Brutus, but Stone just trying to find too much daylight, not getting upfield enough, and that's why he was tackled down at the 10.
Well, as we talked much here at halftime, we're looking here in the second half for anything to happen, and it will be a move in the right direction for the Taylor Titan football squad. Vasquez under center, hands off up the middle, and they go right back to something that was successful in the beginning of the game, and that's the fullback running. Number 44, Michael Humphreys on the carry, and he is able to move the line for about a 4-yard gain on first down.
And they haven't had much trouble on first down. It's the second down, it's the third down when they're trying to variate from the single plan that they're going with right now. So I think this is a crucial down to see what they've improved in the second half.
I formation for Vasquez up the middle again with the fullback, and he's going to get him at least 3 yards. See what he's able to assemble here after they spot the ball, but that's 2 big running plays up the middle to start the second half for Taylor. And he got about another 4 yards, so that's going to be a 3rd and 2 coming up. And we'll see if they continue to call number 44 into play, Michael Humphreys, as he's had 2 positive runs to start the second half. Under center. Hands off up the middle. This time to Campbell, who's got some running room, and that's going to be well past the first down marker, and nice change of pace here when you put the speedster up the middle.
Yeah, nice job by Dante Campbell here. You see him hitting his hole. He's going through the A-hole on the right side. Sorry, that sounds a little weird. But nice job of hitting that cutback lane. That came out wrong.
Our third quarter sponsor here in this game is Master Creations Jewelers. We appreciate their support of our Friday night action here at Fast Play Sports. And look at that up the middle. Looks like Coach Dennis Bensler is labeled a weakness against the Northwestern Tigers defense, and that is in the middle, and a nice big first down run for the fullback again. It's a 7-yard carry, 2nd and 3 coming up next.
We'll call that the 1 hole, or we'll call that the A gap.
Thanks for clarifying. Appreciate the anatomy of football being displayed here.
That's what it's considered. I mean, I didn't lie, right?
I've never heard a coach refer to it quite like that. And second down carry, Northwestern is kind of getting wise to this middle ground attack from Taylor here to start the second half, and not as much success, but there was some movement there, and it's going to be 3rd and short coming up for Taylor. This is really, again, one of those crucial 3rd downs, but this is down and distance that's manageable, and you got really 2 downs to make this happen.
Well, it looks like they're going to mark the first down.
Just did he give to him? Oh, wow, excellent. Yeah. Good deal. So it's a first down for Taylor. That's progress right there, and we are watching to see if the Taylor Titans can move the ball the distance and score here on this possession or something here in the second half. And once again, handoff to the fullback. Humphreys rumbles for another 5-6 yard carry for Taylor.
That's a nice pickup by Taylor, despite the fact that Northwestern sent a ton of pressure up the middle. They're doing a great job of running the ball in between the tackles.
2 wideouts for Taylor in this formation. Vasquez is under center, quarterback for Taylor. He hands off this time again to the speedster Campbell, but he is going to be shut down quickly as that defense from Northwestern led by number 55, Ian Parslow, really put the stop on Campbell that time, and maybe a short loss on the gain, as we'll see 3rd and 4 coming up for Taylor on this next down.
Let's see Taylor use the field a little bit. I don't think since the first quarter we've seen Dante Campbell handle the wide side of the field. He's run the ball up the middle for the most part, so we'll see if he can get Dante Campbell out there to that wide side.
Pro set this time for Taylor. Vasquez under center, hands off up the middle, and they get the fullback to work, and I think he's got enough for that first down. They can't get him down. He rolls over the first down line, no problem. Another successful 3rd down conversion for Taylor, and they continue to pound the ball inside the tackles, and that's working here in the second half.
Yeah, so far this has been an amazing drive by Taylor. Someone's hurt on Taylor right there, so we'll take a second.
Ouch.
But right now, this is a phenomenal drive by the Titans. They have eaten up, I can't see the clock from here, but a substantial amount of time from the
almost
clock
4
already.
minutes here in the first half, yeah. And
By
I think
far
that
the best drive all day.
Looks like that's Parker Van Meter for Taylor on the ground there, the senior. He's writhing with pain there for sure, and as they send out the medics. We'll take a quick commercial break while the coach is attending to his down player here. Fast Play Sports coverage of this Northwestern Taylor game continues in a moment. We are Fast Play.
If you sign up for DirecTV's latest deal, prepare to be blindsided. Because they'll double your rate before you know it. And you'll find you're locked into a 2-year contract that could cost you over $3,000. That's why the smart choice is Xfinity. You can see all the best action in football all season long, with no surprises. Don't get blindsided by DirecTV. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
The Jeep Celebration event is going on now at Button.
Choose from a selection of over 500 brand new Dodges, Chrysler, Jeeps, and Rams. Let our experienced team help find the perfect vehicle for you. And every purchase is backed with amazing Button customer service. Get behind the wheel of the all-new 2015 Chrysler 200, designed and engineered to outperform the best vehicles in the industry. Button, on the corner of Clayton Boulevard, or on the web at buttondodge.com. Imported from Detroit. Sold at Button.
Fast Play Sports coverage of high school football here on this Friday night. Coming to you from Northwestern High School. The big lead, 42-0 on our CFD investment scoreboard. Applause from the crowd as Parker Van Meter was able to walk off the field under his own power. I think they may have seen maybe the wind knocked out or whatever. But 1st and 10 is Vasquez is under center. He's going to pitch out, and we were thinking they would run to that outside one of these plays coming up, and Campbell only able to get about 4 yards on the carry, but he did show some speed as he tried to get around that left side that time.
So now we run into the need to pass the ball. Taylor hasn't passed the ball with very much efficiency today. I don't even think have they completed a pass?
Oh, yeah.
They have?
Oh, yeah. And 5 yards, they're going to credit Campbell on that first down run. So
I thought it was second down run right there.
They are moving positive yardage.
Yeah, not a need to pass right here. I think you run the ball right back in between the tackles. I thought we were facing a 3rd down. But Taylor just continuing to move the ball with success.
Up the middle of the fullback again. They've been very successful on this so far in the second half. And, there's starting to be some bad blood starting to brew up between these offensive lines. That can always be tough to watch here at high school level for sure. Fights on a football field are never really a spectator sport that much. Maybe a hockey game, but not necessarily a football game. So they're actually going to mark that with enough forward progress for the first down, and they'll move the sticks. Look at that, another 1st and 10 for Taylor. They are set up on the 38-yard line of Northwestern territory, and this could be that moment in this game that will be celebrated by the Titan players and fans. Up the middle again. It has been just a battering ram. Michael Humphreys, number 44. He's done the bulk of the work for Taylor on this drive, and that was excellent.
And you kind of wonder what Dennis Bensler said to this Taylor Titan team at halftime, because they're coming out right now with a different kind of fire under their bellies. Their offensive linemen are coming off the chutes with a lot more fire, and Taylor just looks like a completely different ball club.
You've heard it before. You've been a player. I've been a player. I've been a coach. You've heard it a million times. Execute. Play with discipline. Oh, there you go. Try not to fumble the ball, and look what happens. The center quarterback exchange ends up on the ground. It moves them back 5 yards. Now they got that 3rd and 10 that you were talking about that they couldn't have to keep the thing going.
Yeah, now you're really facing a tough decision here. What do you do? Do you go through the air? Do you keep it on the ground and pick up, 3 to 5 yards and face a tough 4th down? We'll see definitely what kind of adversity Taylor can deal with here, because this is going to be a tough 3rd down to convert.
Watching quarterback Vasquez for Taylor, it looks like he's limping a little bit. I wonder if he got hurt on that. Got a little bit of weight distributed on him, and he was going down to pick up the loose ball there.
Taking a few licks today.
So about 3rd and 8, pitch it out to Campbell to the left side. He's got some running room. He's not going to be far enough for the 1st down. He's only going to really look at about a 4-yard carry on the play. It's going to bring up 4th down, 4th and about 4. And you got to go for it. You got to keep the ball in your hands right now. You don't want to give it up. You're just outside the 30-yard line. It's respectable field position to turn it over on ball.
Even if you turn it over right now, this would probably be one of the worst spots that Northwestern started to drive on the day. So, yeah, you're right. You got to go for it here, even if you give it up. So what? Got to take the chance.
And what's interesting is, between the tackles with the fullback has gotten him this down and distance several times throughout this series. And you wonder, single back in the backfield is the fullback, but they give it off to Campbell, who comes over to the right side. It's going to be real close for the 1st down.
I think he got it right there. And that was a great job of Campbell of cutting the ball inside.
Yep.
That was a play designed for the outside. Campbell realized the defensive end was there to cut him off, cut inside, able to pick up 4 yards. That's good enough for a 1st down.
And good timing. This is a play that they have to practice, because that's a timing play with the man in motion. Snap the ball and hand it off in that whole big one movement. You don't take that play for granted, and it got Taylor a 1st down when they needed it. 1st and 10 up the middle now. The fullback is going after it again as the big Humphreys moves the ball and the pile.
And I'll tell you what, he's probably only got 60 to 70 yards on the day.
Not even.
Yeah. But every single one of those yards have been earned all day, Alan.
I'd say he's in the 40-yard range, but it's been all earned. About 4 yards on that carry. It'll bring up the 2nd down play. And they've stayed on the ground. They haven't run the risk of passing the ball. Vasquez has had a little bit of trouble in the passing downs. But they keep a 4-yard average on these. Great. He struggles to get across about a 10, 11-yard gain. Nicely done, not only by Campbell running the ball, but that line, and you think about the blocking in advance by Michael Humphreys, number 44. You see him out in front of Campbell in this too. Check our button dodge replay. That was an excellent play, executed beautifully by Taylor's line and backfield. And now 1st down. They're in the red zone for the 1st time in this game. Taylor with their 1st chance in scoring position as they are at the 16-yard line of Northwestern. Pitch it out to Campbell. He gets tripped up in the backfield. Really an excellent tackle this time. We've seen this guy several times in the game so far, and that is Ethan Doubles.
Yeah, he's been all over the field today. It seems like any time there's a tackle, he's involved with. Ethan Doubles, just tremendous player. I mentioned he did have an interception last week.
That was about a 3-yard loss, so it's a 2nd down and 13 to go for Taylor. Got to overcome this. So they put motion. He runs outside of the blocking, and that pursuit. Tigers defense, no gain on 2nd down. So 3rd and the longest down in distance for Taylor on this drive that they took from the kickoff here to start the 2nd half. They've had the ball the entire 2nd half with 2:53 and counting to go here in the 3rd quarter. Our 3rd quarter sponsor, Master Creations Jewelry. Thank you to those fine folks for helping us out with Fast Play Sports coverage of high school football here this season. Taylor comes to the ball with purpose. Vasquez with a 3rd down and long. Under center, Campbell in motion, fumble again. That one is not looking good. And this may be a fumble recovery by Northwestern on the play as the center quarterback exchange ended up on the ground once again. And yes, it is Northwestern ball. Fumble recovery. That's Caleb Tackett for Northwestern who came up with a loose ball. And unfortunately, you see it right here. It's the center quarterback exchange, the first piece of every offensive play. And you know what? It's amazing to me. I was a center, but missing that exchange still happens at the professional level. So you can't, it's never perfect. These things are going to happen. Unfortunately, tonight's happened several times for the Taylor team. Well, that one didn't go, but it was close. And I'll tell you what, they ate up a lot of clock, almost 6 minutes. Yeah, I mean, just almost 10 minutes of this quarter, all Taylor, but they are unable to capitalize with points. So Northwestern takes over, and they're continuing to play with a lot of varsity players, but that is not the starting quarterback for Northwestern in the game now. I think that's Nick Satong, if I'm not mistaken. Nick Satong is now the quarterback here in the second half for the Northwestern Tigers. So that'll give Trey Richmond a break here in the second half. And I didn't even notice if he was playing defense there. A lot of times he'll play some defense. Second and about a long 3 for Northwestern on this second play. Satong keeps it this time. And that is a loss on the play as the Taylor defense responds well. Nick Satong is a freshman quarterback for Northwestern, so Coach John Hendricks puts his freshman in there to give him some varsity experience against the varsity of an NCC opponent.
MIC.
What did I say, NCC?
Yeah, so many, they're so easy to get confused.
Oh, the rhythm is so simple.
You know, 3 letters.
Third down. Satong's going to roll out. He's got the running room to get to the first down. He's met and right at the first down marker. What a tackle. That was Logan Williams for Taylor, who put Satong on his back, and I don't know if he crossed a first down marker or not. Looks like he did, so luckily it's a first down for Northwestern, as that was a third down play. And watch Satong here, the freshman quarterback. He shows some speed, though. You got to give him some credit here, but watch number 2 for Taylor. Boy, he gets the beat and boom.
Nice job of getting his head across the front side of his where the football is. That was a clean, fundamentally sound tackle right there by number 2.
Kind of an interesting formation for Northwestern this time, and that is going to be the halfback up the middle, and he gets some decent yards on first down, and that's Cole Cook carrying the ball for the first time in the ball game for Northwestern. So obviously many substitutions for Coach John Hendricks here in the second half, and with a 42-0 lead on our CFD investment scoreboard, it certainly does make sense. But you never know if a coach is going to keep his starters in there in the second half with a 42-0 lead or not.
Especially dealing with teams like Kokomo. It's a crapshoot what Colby will do, but it's a beautiful time for a young group of kids to get the experience, and this could be the difference from having a great team early in the season next year to a mediocre team. I mean, these small minutes right here are crucial to developing your players.
Cole Cook is a senior, number 3 there for Northwestern, as the end of the third quarter is here, and we thank Master Creations Jewelry for sponsoring our third quarter. We'll take a commercial break. On our CFD investment scoreboard, it's Northwestern 42, Taylor nothing. We'll bring you the fourth quarter coming up here in Fast Play Sports. We are Fast Play.
Welcome to Creative Financial Center. Our financial advisors look forward to serving you in the financial planning process.
Creative Financial Center is the name of a building dedicated to providing individuals, families, businesses, and organizations with quality financial products and/or services for the achievement of their goals and objectives through a network of associates committed to serving clients in a Christ-like manner by assisting them in the development of stewardship in their lives, believing that it profits a man nothing to gain the whole world and lose his soul.
We look forward to seeing you.
Ego really is the thing that throws it off. Ooh.
Welcome back. Fast Play Sports coverage of high school football here on this Friday night from Northwestern High School. Our telecast is presented by the Kokomo Perspective newspaper and by Xfinity Channel 81. I'm Alan James along with Devin Schott. First down play for Northwestern here to start the fourth quarter, and look at Cook go. This senior's got some good legs here, fresh legs too for Northwestern as he is carrying a load here. This is technically the first possession for Northwestern here in the second half as Taylor ate up almost 8 minutes of clock on their possession, not able to score on that drive. But here you have Northwestern with the ball for technically the first time, and they're just getting now into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Taylor almost took 10 minutes off the clock, and I'd say I'd be daring to say that there's probably only a handful of teams in all of Indiana that had a drive that long all week.
Penalty flag on the number 34, Thomas Crocker carries the ball for Northwestern, and something of the holding call nature is where that flag is coming from, so that's going to march. That's going to march the penalty yards off against Northwestern, and replay the down, but it's the down and distance is going to be that much more. And of course, with here at the high school level, unlike that of the pros, they marched the ball or the penalty yards off from the point of the foul, and it was in the backfield for Northwestern. So watch this go. Further penalty yards technically here at the high school level than it would be at the pro and college level, because it's not just a 10-yard penalty, it's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So look at that. First down and big time. That's almost 25 yards right there. First and 24, actually. Satong, the quarterback here in the second half for Northwestern. He's going to go back to pass, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off for Taylor, and that's number 2, Logan Williams, with the interception. Brings the ball back to about the 45-yard line in Northwestern territory. And again, something positive for this Taylor team to build on.
Yeah, Northwestern's quarterback right there just rolling off to the weak side, setting his shoulders, and you'll see him throw a duck. It just doesn't come out of his hand correctly here. Eyeballing the receiver the whole time. You'll see the receiver just waving for the pass. Throwing it into triple coverage right there. Not a good decision from the Northwestern quarterback.
Basically you had Max Clark, number 44 for Northwestern, who really had great position if Satong would have thrown the ball far enough. But he threw it short and it was intercepted. And now Taylor takes over here on the Northwestern side of the field at the 45, and we'll see what Vasquez and company are going to do. Single back offensive set. Vasquez back to pass. He's got time right now, but he gets swarmed by that Tigers defense. He gets back near the line of scrimmage, but I think he's going to lose just enough to call it a sack.
Well, I'll tell you
what, Northwestern.
He hasn't had a lot of time today to throw. He's been sacked probably 4 or 5 times, but right there he had, more than enough time to throw the ball. He had enough time to
4 seconds,
step back and step up in the pocket. So nice job by Taylor's offensive line there. Unfortunately, not able to get the ball off in time.
Loss of almost a yard on the play, so yes, it was definitely a sack for that Northwestern defense. Different formation now for Taylor as they go up the middle. This is what's been really their bread and butter here in the second half, is handing off to fullback Michael Humphreys, and he moves the ball and the line of scrimmage, and about 5 yards on the carry. It'll still be a 3rd and 6 coming up, but hey, it's 2 downs to get that first for Taylor in this situation.
And one thing I'm realizing more and more looking at this Taylor offense is that if they had the ability to pass the ball, they could possibly be winning this game right now, because it's when Northwestern's over pursuing towards the middle that they stop that run game. But Taylor's run game has been dominant all day up the middle.
Nice cut right there by, I tell you, he's not done yet. He's going to have enough for probably the first down and more, as it was a great catch by Stone. A quick pass out to the left flat. Here it is in the replay from Button Dodge. And look at these choices he makes with the pursuit of that Northwestern defense.
Yeah, nice cuts right there. Usually not a fan of moving that far back to give it upfield, but, I mean, he gains an extra 3 yards by taking 5 yards west.
We may have made extra 10 yards on that pass play. So just when you say they need a passing game, they show that they're building a passing game here on this Taylor defense, Taylor offense.
I imagine they're going to go back up the middle here, but, again, it's keeping Northwestern's defense honest, and that's something that they're not able to do when they're going back-to-back-to-back downs straight up the middle.
That time Humphreys had almost a running start before he got past the line of scrimmage, and look out linebackers,
but
he's going to mow you over.
You see it here, Northwestern's defense is more spread when they have to account for the pass, and that's something they haven't done all game until now. Taylor right now just doing a great job of driving the ball, and they're making it look easy.
Well, and you got to understand, too, there's some substitutes in the game for Northwestern. It's not all the entire varsity out there, so it's giving Taylor some opportunities here in this game, and I think that's still something for Taylor to build on. Here comes Vasquez under center for Taylor. He's going to try and pass again. Out the other way, Stone takes that one, and he's got some running room, but the great pursuit of the Tigers defense is going to stop him after just a couple of yards, and it's going to be short of the first down. So third down coming up for Taylor, and this is, again, critical time for them because they are approaching the red zone for the second time, and they just haven't scored yet in this game.
You're 3 yards away. Looks like less than 3 yards, maybe 2.5. Give it to Michael Humphreys. Give it to Michael Humphreys every down from now on. Let him punch the ball in.
He's about 1.5 yards there, maybe 2 yards for the first down. This is third down for Taylor. Vasquez hands off to the fullback, and that is an easy first down for that Taylor offense, as that man has been critical to moving the chains for Taylor here in the second half. And Humphreys had a great surge for that offensive line to run behind that time.
It was a nice job by Humphreys. He doesn't even have contact made until he's 5 yards deep in the field. I say go right back to him right now. Let this kid finish out the drive. I think he's deserved it all day.
In the red zone now from about the 17-yard line. Vasquez up the middle with his fullback once again. Humphreys is tackled that time as number 34, Thomas Crocker, hangs on to the big man after a short gain on first down. Actually, we'll give him 4 yards. That's no short gain in football. 7:24 on the clock in the fourth quarter of this Fast Play Sports coverage of this Northwestern Taylor game. Northwestern's homecoming here tonight, and the home team put 42 points up on the board in the first half. And it's really been all Taylor here in the second half. They just have not been able to score with the running game that they've been producing here in the second half. Second down at about 6.
How much we betting they go right back to Michael Humphreys here?
Humphrey up the middle again. Well, it's been working.
I think he's got one more left in him. Next play for a touchdown. Get in there, young fella.
Crosses the 10-yard line, so it is third and a long one for the first down inside the 10. This is the closest Taylor has gotten to the end zone against Northwestern all night long. Number 4, Devin Schesser, runs all the way across the field, bringing the play from Coach Dennis Bensler. Short down in distance, but critical for Taylor at the same time. Up the middle from the fullback. That's going to be enough for the first down. No problem at all, but, well, that's 5 Northwestern Tigers in on the tackle against Humphreys. Once he crossed the line of scrimmage, man, it was look out, and the Tigers' defense was there. But it's a first down, first and goal. I think they're
it's the 6th time they've ran the same play in a row. Is it time for play action, or do you just keep giving it to Humphreys and let him punch it?
You played for a running ball club at Kokomo in your days. Did you get away from the run at all?
Rarely. I mean, honestly, the greatest feeling in the world was lining up and telling the defense, hey, we're about to run it right here, and then run it right there and still gain 5 yards.
Who'd you think you were, the Green Bay Packers? Now, as the timeout on the field as Taylor wants, it looks like they moved the ball back. It's actually a fourth down coming.
That is a fourth down in inches.
We the reset of the ball there. We saw the yard marker change to first, then they moved it back to fourth and short. There's a meeting about it. We'll take a quick commercial break. Be right back here. Fast Play High School Football tonight. We are Fast Play.
Welcome to a world where new is not as new. The parallel universe.
Sweetie, didn't we watch this movie last week?
Not much choice with AT&T Uverse, Dave.
Sir, Xfinity On Demand has way more movie choices.
Nothing wrong with a little repetition, Dave.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a little repetition, Dave.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a little repetition, Dave.
Don't get trapped in the U-verse. Get 3 times more movies with Xfinity On Demand from Comcast.
Fast Play Sports coverage of high school football tonight from Northwestern High School, home of the homecoming team here on this Friday night. Taylor Titans have their first scoring opportunity as they're inside the 10-yard line, but it is 4th and inches. And let's take a guess at who's going to carry the load for Taylor on this play. Northwestern knows it. We know it. And there it is, first down for Taylor as the fullback, Michael Humphreys, who has had an incredible second half for Taylor, has carried the load for this team, and they are knocking on the door to their first and only score in this ball game. It's been a good one for Northwestern, of course, but we were talking about what Taylor needed to do in the second half, and this is exactly what they needed to do. They need to finish a scoring drive, even though it may be against some of the subs of that defense of the Tigers. You still got to do it, and now they have the opportunity, first and goal. Fullback. Oh, man, he is met right at the hole, but he gets back to the line of scrimmage. I don't think there was any gain there at the 3-yard line.
It's a nice hit. I think that was number 44 who laid the lick, Max Clark from Northwestern, meeting Humphreys at the hole, but can you really credit a man for knowing where to go? And
yeah, well, keep an eye on the 44. You'll probably have the ball.
That's a big-sized kid to be in for some second string.
Now, I would see, you know, they showed some. I remember the first series of the second half, they were continuing to pound Humphreys up the middle, and then they gave it to Campbell, who had, you know, the wiriness. But now Campbell's going out wide to the right, trips to the right on this play, and that's going to put, boy, they're just not fooling anybody. Humphreys up the middle once again, and that Tigers defense is stiffening up here inside the 5-yard line. So third down now, and they're at the 1-yard line, and I think there's only one logical conclusion. You got to give it to Humphreys one more time. I mean, you just don't want to take any chances because anything else can be moving backward.
And, you know, second-string defense or not, you were wondering when it was time that Northwestern's defense would step up and start guessing the hole.
Yeah.
I think it took Taylor 10 straight times to run on the same play before Northwestern forced him to negative yards.
Watching James Bell on the line for Taylor, coaching his teammates there. Let's see there. Campbell gets the call this time, and is he across? He is. Touchdown, Taylor. And that answers the call that I'm sure Dennis Bensler had in the halftime talk with his team. This is what we have to do in the second half. Forget about the first half. We are the only score here in the second half of this ball game.
Yep. They are winning this second half. I mean, you can't put it any better way. They maintain their composure. They didn't hang their heads. They didn't give up. And whether they're playing a second-string defense right now or not, I'm proud of this Taylor Titans team and what they've done in the second half. And you have to credit them also for a 10-minute drive against Northwestern's starting defense. I mean, it's rare to see a 10-minute drive in high school football ever.
And they'll line up to kick the extra point here. Taylor's only score in this ball game coming. It's low, and good. It is good.
That was an absolute bullet.
Yeah. You don't line drive him very often and make it, but he did it there for Taylor. And I couldn't make out the number of the kicker. Was it Dylan Wilder? Was he the? That could have been Dylan Wilder. It's too big. Maybe it was Tyler DeLon, maybe the junior for 77. Was that the kicker?
Number kicker.
Was he? It was a 7. Couldn't quite make out the number. But, boy, just what to coming for leads. Got some to feel good about, and so does, no matter how you shape it, they scored against this Northwestern team here in the second half, and they've controlled upon.
Yeah, the team that faces the kind of obstacles that they've faced, they're only going to get better. And you know, I'm looking at this team, and I can't think of anything but, you know, I'm being proud. I'm proud of this team for what they've done, and I'm really thinking that, you know, they're going to get that win. They're going to get a win sometime this season. It's going to be a tremendous point of emphasis for this program.
Well, some of the names we've been calling in the skill set positions for Taylor: Dante Campbell, Jr., quarterback Malin Vasquez. Michael Humphreys is a senior, so we would lose him after the season, but there's a lot of youth on this Taylor squad that no matter if Bensler stays on as the head football coach or if they bring in a new head football coach for next season, they got things to build upon here at Taylor, and they are to be commended for their effort here tonight. And it's not over for Northwestern as they have a chance for a moment as 21 tackles number 21. Running the ball for Taylor was Stephen Shotley, and he almost touchdown return, and he was stopped by Josiah, the other one on, and boom, baby, it's first down for Northwestern. We've only got 3:52 left in the game. You're not impressed by 21 tackling number 21? I mean, no comment on that? You're the color guy. You're supposed to add.
I'm looking for some scores around the state.
What you're doing. Okay. Well, he gets it back to. Well, okay, there was a penalty on the play, and they're calling in the press box an illegal block on Northwestern. So that brings that return back to about the 33-yard line, Northwestern territory, as the quarterback, Nick Zatong, continues to lead the Northwestern team here in the second half, and this time he hands off, and the Tigers go up the middle for little or no gain there on first down. Trying to get a look at who carried the ball for Northwestern. Looks like it was Justin Bollinger who got the call on that first down run. Actually moved the ball about 3 yards on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 7 as the clock continues to roll. 3:25 to go in the game. Our CFD Investment scoreboard, Northwestern leading 42-7. All 42 points scored in the first half for Northwestern. And they've had a backup quarterback and a lot of substitutions on the defense as well here in the second half. And Taylor has maintained possession of the ball for most of the second half, and finally just scoring that touchdown that you may have just seen if you're just joining us here in our Fast Play Sports coverage of this game here tonight. Presented by the Kokomo Perspective and by Xfinity Channel 81. I'm Alan James along with Devin Schott. We were excited to cover this county game here outside of Kokomo because chance to see Northwestern play and Taylor play for that matter. We had a lot of work in our pregame with talking to the athletic directors and setting the stage for what these two schools have been trying to accomplish with their student athletes here in the 2014-2015 school year. Good news for Northwestern is they are destined to have a victory here tonight and I guess be within some sort of striking distance on either Peru or Lewis Cass, depending on who wins that game tonight and is the top dog in the MCC.
Well, I don't have that score yet, but I got Western and Maconaquah. Maconaquah just scored a touchdown from Hicks on his feet. Conversion failed, 25-21. Maconaquah leads Western.
Boy, what a great punt all the way into the end zone for a touchback on a punt. I would say that punt with the extra bounce went close to 70 yards for Trey Richmond, who punted the ball for Northwestern on that particular fourth down. So here we go. Minute 43 left to go. Game is going to wind down quickly here from Northwestern after Northwestern able to capitalize on key turnovers and mistakes by the Taylor offense when they were deep in their own territory, setting up Northwestern many times in the red zone. And sometimes it was just a quick pitch and catch for Trey Richmond to one of his backs or one of his receivers for one play, and it was a touchdown. And they were moving the scoreboard up and up and up rapidly through that second quarter of play here from Northwestern tonight. So positive yardage there on first down for Taylor, but the clock is going to keep on going, and I think everybody's content to say that this game is pretty much.
Well, Northwestern's going to have their work cut out for them for the rest of the season because right now, Cass leads. Wait, hold on. Peru is beating Cass 21-7 with 16 seconds left in the game. If I'm reading Twitter correctly.
If those tweets are correct, that's
touchdown Cass, 2 points.
That's big news to put.
No, sorry. Lewis Cass leads 21-7.
Okay.
So that game is probably over. 28-7. Lewis Cass leads. So Northwestern will have their work cut out for them. They're going to still be a game behind in the MICs.
Well, when you looked at the MIC standings going into tonight's game, Lewis Cass and Peru undefeated, facing each other in the conference. So that's a big win for Lewis Cass tonight. And, they are a traditional powerhouse team here in this region and in the MIC anyway. And I think they'd love the honor to be the final MIC champion in football. And that's what's happening. This is the last year for this conference to exist. All teams splitting up, the smaller schools going to, is it the Hoosier Heartland or just the Hoosier?
It's
and
a
the bigger
mix.
schools are going, it's a couple of conferences that they're going to be populating. Taylor keeps it on the ground here on 3rd down, and that's going to take the clock to 0, and that's your ball game here from Northwestern as the Tigers on their homecoming show the home crowd some great power against this Taylor team as they win by the final 42-7 on our CFD investment scoreboard. We'll have a recap of this game coming up as we sign off here from Northwestern shortly. Fast Play Sports coverage of high school football. We are Fast Play.
Master Creations Jewelry is your best option for buying jewelry. Master Creations Jewelry sells for half the price of most jewelers. Locally owned, Master Creations makes custom jewelry made for you. Are you also in need of cash? Master Creations buys gold, silver, and your old jewelry. Get the best value from people you can trust. Work with a jeweler that makes jewelry affordable. Master Creation Jewelers on Markland Avenue and Cooper Street, Kokomo.
Hi, this is Raleigh Fingers, and you're watching Fast Play Sports Network.
Thank Bill. We thank you for watching Fast Play Sports coverage of high school football here tonight from Northwestern as the Tigers beat the Taylor Titans 42-7. And congregation out there at midfield for the Taylor football squad is Dennis Bensler. I'm sure has some positive things to say to his squad, even though they lost by that deficit of 42-7. We want to, first of all, thank one of our great sponsors that feeds our Fast Play Sports crew each and every Friday night as we cover football action here for you this year. And that's Bella Pizzeria, the New York-style eatery located in the Markland Mall here in Kokomo. We appreciate their support of our team as we support your teams with our coverage here on Friday nights. Well, we caught word, that Lewis Cass is looking at a victory against Peru tonight, so they'll be the lone unbeaten team in the MIC after tonight's play. But Northwestern has got to keep their fingers crossed for something to happen to create a tiebreaker scenario. And these scores play into it in a certain piece of the tiebreaker, if I'm not mistaken. So for Coach John Hendricks to have 42 or 35-point advantage in this victory, that could help them in a tiebreaker. Perhaps. I don't know if they break it down to that.
Well, they're pretty much just crossing their fingers right now, hoping that Lewis Cass will drop one later in the season. Right now, Eastern down pretty big to Hamilton Heights. I saw that. Kokomo's up pretty big on Lafayette Jeff, Jerron Gray, and Bo Baker, both having 100-yard days, I believe, is what I read.
Well, they get back on track for themselves as they continue to battle for a chance at winning in the North Central Conference at the 5A level. But this was a great night for football, no doubt about the weather being superb tonight. And thanks to Dan Armstrong, athletic director here at Northwestern, for giving us a fine facility to work from here tonight. They have an incredible program here, not just for football, but for athletics at all level. The groundskeepers here produce some great athletic fields here, not only for football, but for soccer and baseball, and just a great school corporation that is putting their kids first, and they begin the educational level is one of the finest in the state, and they continue to produce fine student athletes and student musicians and more, all here at the Northwestern School Corporation. Thanks to Athletic Director Steve Deshawn, who was part of our pregame and telling us of all the positive things happening at the Taylor School Corporation. Good things happening here in Howard County, and we thank you all for watching us here tonight. Derek, your final. Derek.
That's the second time
I looked at you
today.
and called you Derek. I can't believe that. I've known this guy for years. Devin, any final thoughts?
Well, what can I call you? Oh,
Joe. Just call me Joe or something.
Alan. No final thoughts for me. I'd really like to see Taylor win a game. They're right on the cusp of winning a game. I mean, they're just a couple steps away from being considered a finely knit team. But, I mean, they played well. From what you've seen today, they came out early, and they played a really good Northwestern team, for the most part, pretty well.
Thank you for your final thoughts as we wrap up here from Northwestern tonight. We travel to Western next week, and that's where we'll get to see Western and Eastern, if I'm not mistaken. It's the Eastern game, isn't it, that we're going to see?
I believe so.
So we'll see you next Friday from Western High School. We look forward to hearing from you. Go to our website, FastPlaySports.com. Get involved with us on Facebook. Get involved with us on Twitter. All of the social networking is all put together there for you. And we look for your feedback on high school athletics as we cover football and basketball for you in this 2014-2015 school year. On behalf of the entire crew of Fast Play Sports, all of our great sponsors, the Kokomo Perspective newspaper and Xfinity, Channel 81, I'm Alan James, along with Devin Schott. So long from Northwestern High School. On Fast Play Sports, we are Fast Play.